unmuting my mic helps. So I'm just going to do some Q&A tonight. It's been a while since we last did a podcast, and I just haven't any spare time to hop on and do this. I've been doing flat stuff and event stuff, and it's just been like busy as everything. So I actually have some spare time for the next couple of hours, and I will be answering questions. So post questions in the Facebook reply, in the Facebook thing on the Smash 4 Scotland group, and I will answer them. But yeah, this is basically anything to do with Armageddon, bro. Craig said he'd be on later, so I'll probably answer those questions then. And any questions about Battlefield, any questions about the fighting game event coming up, any questions about anything really. I'm here for the next 2 hours and willing to answer stuff. But yeah, I guess in the meantime, like, done a couple of events since last podcast. Armageddon, bro, went pretty well, I thought. Like, finished on time, brackets ran smoothly, lots of big upsets, which was kind of cool to see. Like, lots of excitement actually happening. It's kind of bad when like one person just wins everything. Like, it's kind of like awesome in one sense because like, oh, the game has a really high skill ceiling, but on the other hand, it's sort of exciting when you get like mix-ups in results, and like that's sort of cool to watch. And then we did Rivals of Glasgow earlier in the month, and that went okay. We didn't have as much setups as I actually would have liked. There was more people than I'd originally planned to sort of have, but yeah. All right, so the first question, Calvin posted on the threads. Real talk, next 2 to 3 tournaments and where. So next tournament for me is 22nd. I'll put a link in the video description, and I will actually just post a link in response to that as well. It's Battlefield August, and then after that I'm not sure what's happening because September is weird because everybody's going back to college. So like plan-wise, it's kind of difficult to be to know what's happening because I don't actually know when I'm starting. Like, I go in tomorrow for my like induction or whatever it's called, and then after that I think I find out when I start. But until then, I don't really know what I'm doing. And then as far as like September goes, like I don't know which games I would like to run because I look at things like Rivals of Ether, and I'm like, do I want to run another event for that? Are the Melee guys running something for that? Everybody's kind of like, people want to run something for that, but they don't know like when, and they don't know like how that's going to work because the Melee guys just want to do a Melee event next month, which I think sounds awesome. But so like, what happens with Rivals of Aether in the meantime? And then like, what am I doing with Smash 4 next month? September, I actually really want to do like a more lighthearted thing. So like, not like super janky stages, but kind of like Mute City, Mario Circuit, like that kind of thing. Like a sort of funny stage list, and like not like super serious because everybody will be at college and like people won't really have as much time to practice and all that kind of thing. So yeah, Fraser asking about Rivals of Aether. I would really like to run a side event in. I don't know about this event because it's a bigger event and I don't know if we'll have time. I don't know if we'll have space, but I can have a setup if people want to play friendlies and try and just like play matches. And if there's time at the end, we can do like maybe the top 4 from the Smash 4 bracket get to play in the Rivals of Aether bracket or something like that. I don't know. But I would certainly like to do something with it, but what I actually do with it is a kind of unknown. So I guess we'll sort of see. Yeah, if anybody's watching and like wants to hop on and like chat about stuff, like they're welcome to join me. Just give me a message on Facebook, and I'll send you a link to the Hangout. But yeah, I want to do something with Rivals. I don't know what I want to do with Rivals. My personal life schedule is a bit crazy next month. And I just need to sit down and talk to people. Fraser asking if you want to run it. I mean, if you want to do a small bracket on the sides, then sure. Like as long as it doesn't interfere with like the main events, then that's fine. But yeah, if you want to do something on the day, then just get some signups, then sure, like that would be fine. But yeah, as long as it doesn't interfere with anything, that's the main thing. As like if there's time, and like we can just have it up on the counter or something. Just put the laptop up there. Jack is sending me messages, but he's on his phone. Oh, the new thing about Facebook is that you can't tell if people are mobile or on like the web now, so I can't actually see if people are like available to actually join me or not. Jack, if you have a question, feel free to just like PM it to me. That's fine. But yeah, as far as like next events, like September, probably do it in the later part of September because like I'll need to get used to being back at college and all that. I don't know what's happening with the fighting game event in September because we're doing one on Saturday this month, and then there's one next month, and so it's kind of a when are we doing the next one of those? Because we want to do it monthly, and that'd be cool. But for the moment, it's just a yeah. Hang on, I'll give you the link. You can hop on. Because I know Jack wants to do an event, so that would be good to get him on and talk to him about that. But yeah. So yeah, next month it's a bit of a I don't know what I'm doing. Splatoon is also a thing. I don't know what I'm doing with that. I want to do lots of things with Splatoon, but like what order I do them in and how I do them at a venue. I had a floor plan originally, and then I found out that the gamepads interfere with each other as well as other wireless devices. So it can cause issues if you have too many of them close to each other, and then that can cause the gamepads to cut out randomly and stuff like that, which is pretty bad, as you can imagine. So I need to figure out what I'm doing with Splatoon, and I'll probably do some like online stuff. Like England versus Scotland is possibly going to be a thing. UK versus North America is possibly going to be a thing. But like finding the time to sit down and actually organize those is not something I have right now. Hopefully I'll finish moving soon, and then it'll all be good. So yeah, Jack saying he's going to join me soon. That'd be cool. And as far as events going further into the year, there's some other stuff I want to do, like the American Collegiate or North American Collegiate for Smash 4 got announced, and that was something I was interested in doing. I sort of hinted at that a while back when I was asking if there are any clubs for colleges and stuff, but that's something I haven't even really sort of started even touching on, really. I've mentioned it to a few people, but and people seem interested, but like actually sitting down and organizing, and that's not going to be until like December for the first event anyway, so that's not a huge thing. And then it's just like settling into like a good monthly schedule again and figuring out if like 2 Smash 4 events a month is actually going to be like possible while people are at college. I feel like there's going to be like a sort of shortage of interest. Well, not a shortage of interest, but just like shortage of availability. Like I don't know if people are going to be able to travel twice a month. And other people want to run events, so if there is interest and I'm not able to run that many, then other people can step in and do stuff. And more the merrier, as far as I'm concerned. Like if people want to get in and do more Smash events, that's a good thing, or just events in general. But yeah, all right. I'm waiting on Jack. He wants to get on because I know he was saying he wanted to run an event. So it'd be good to hear how he's doing with that. And Craig will also be joining us at some point. But yeah, anybody else wants to hop on, by the way, just drop me a message. I'll see if we can get you on. Let's see, any more questions? I think that's it for now. But yeah, next event is 20 seconds. You have to sign up on that Smash GG website because I won't accept you otherwise, because that's also the bracket system as well as the sign up system. And we're currently sitting on 32 attendees. Let's have a look. Yeah, 32 right now, which is a good number. It's still like a week and a half away, so I'm expecting more signups. Like, I know people that have said they're going who haven't signed up yet, so it's just a case of waiting for them. But yeah, outside of that, what else? I know some people are interested in Mii's. I wouldn't mind talking about Mii's. We're doing a Mii thing on Friday at Max XP. It'll be like at 6 p.m. onwards or something like that. Probably, yeah, that 6 p.m. onwards sounds fine. And that's going to be, you can play any Mii that you want as long as it's default size. So you can use any variation on the moveset. So 1122 for Brawler. I was playing that earlier, playing that yesterday actually. It was a lot of fun. Like, probably the most fun I've had playing Smash 4 in quite a while. Like 1122 is, I can see why people are actually like really demanding it now. And it didn't feel like overpowered good. It just felt like really strong, and like it felt like I had a lot of options at different times, and like actual ways of like scoring KOs on other players. Like, that felt good. Because I played 1111 Mii Brawler default for quite a while, and it's just like you had like 2 kill options that were even like reliable, and the setups on those, like, they were both unsafe on shield. It was just not fun. So 1122, you get that upbeat as a kill option. It's good because you can catch people in the air with it, and it's not completely broken because it destroys his recovery. Like, oh my god, he has no vertical recovery with that at all. So yeah, go do some Mii stuff, and then we'll do this discussion about whether or not we're going to change Mii rules, because there's a huge amount of like demand for doing something with Mii's that isn't 1111 default size. And doing different sizes was not popular. I know, like, Zero, for example, hates small Mii's. He thinks they're completely broken. So yeah, I guess we'll see. Oh, what else? What else? Let's see if I can. I'm trying to add someone in here. It's not being as easy as I thought it would be. Normally, you just send someone the link and it works. But this time, not so much. But yeah, what else? Mii's SD rules. Those aren't changing for this month, but they are something I want to look at again because Bowser sliding is just ridiculous. And like, whether or not Bowser actually needs that is kind of. I know there are Bowsers who are like, I don't want to do this because I just feel terrible about it. And that's an issue, and that needs talked about and discussed. Fraser wants on as well. Should work. That link I just gave you. Oh, can I just wait for people now? But yeah, so we need to talk about mutual destruction rules, and that's something I need to talk with other TOs about, because there needs to be unity on that as like a rule, because otherwise you just go to different events and people don't know what's going on. Like we had, I think it was Austin. Bowser sided a guy at a tournament, and the rule was that Bowser would lose, and it was a sudden death. So like it was technically a draw. However, because it was a sudden death, like he was like, "Oh my god, it's like how does this work?" And then he found out he actually loses if he Bowser sides the guy, and it was just like that's terrible, because like there's no consistency anywhere with this rule set. So like that needs to change, and I need to talk to other TOs, and there needs to be something, because I'm using the Vegas rule right now, which is like everybody who initiates it wins, and I don't know if that's a good rule. I need to talk to the guy who runs the Vegas events, because he runs like he was the guy at Evo who was doing their rule set or helping with their rule set. So yeah, I need to talk to people. I need to talk to other UK people, because they were complaining about our old rule set, Armageddon, because it was all kind of like these characters win and these characters lose, and it's not really consistent. So having something like that in the future is good. Doubles. Will doubles be a regular event in the near future? I would love doubles to come back. The reason it isn't at this event is because we're doing the crew battle, and Fraser wants to come on and talk about the crew battle, so I'll wait until he gets here. But yes, I would love doubles to come back and be a regular thing. I know people really like it, and it's really fun. And I think doubles is actually, I think, better than singles in Smash 4. That's just my opinion. But yeah, I would like to see it come back. And it won't be this month. Probably maybe next month if it's going to come back. And there's some other stuff I want to do, because I want 3v3s to come back, and I want to talk about the 3v3 modes that's planned, because there's some changes I want to make to it, and that'll be like the last set of changes that will probably be made to it. But yeah, I want to see like doubles and 3v3s come back in some form. And I know people really like doubles. Like, it's a lot of fun, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, doubles will be back, just not this month. Oh, here we have this Fraser. How's it going?
What's up, man?
Oh, not much. I built cupboards today, and yeah, that's what I did.
Building more cupboards.
Building more cupboards. Those are the last cupboards I have to build.
Oh, that's good to hear.
And then tomorrow I have to build a bed, and then I'll be able to actually stay at my flat. That'll be good.
Yeah, how's it feel to be Bob the Builder?
Feels pretty good. Although I injured my knee like 2 days ago. I don't know if you heard about that.
Jesus, no.
I was jumping over like a short wall, and like the bottom of my foot scraped against it as I was going over it.
Yeah, shit like that happens all the time when you're building crap.
Yeah. Oh, it was a while ago, but like, I just like hopped over it and then like scraped, and then it threw my balance just enough for me to fall over. Like if I'd caught my foot on it like head on, then like I would have like rolled or something.
Yeah.
But because it just like threw me slightly, it was just enough that I just went bang, like hit the floor or hit like the pavement. And like both my knees have like giant bruises on them now, and I think like you can kind of see that there's like a scab there where my arm caught it. It's just someone asked you about Brawl. I had a lot of people ask about Brawl. I actually kind of want to do like a Brawl event at some point, because we certainly have the CRTs and the setups for it, and there's certainly like a level of interest for Brawl that I would like to do some kind of Brawl event.
Brawl would be interesting.
Yeah.
To the least.
And it would be good to have a Brawl event that had more than 4 people at it. I guess it's kind of shots fired, but on the other hand, like that's just true. But I would like to do Brawl at some point, and it'd be good to see like more than just Jack beating his friends in a tournament.
Yeah.
But yeah. So people were asking about doubles. Oh, someone mentioned Sheet Game and Watch. It's not banned. I figure if it's broken enough, they'll patch it. And until then, it's just a viable strat you can do. And we haven't had a Sheet Game and Watch win yet, so
Yeah, like me and Ethan swapped like halfway through because it wasn't working for us, and
yeah.
we ended up doing better than we should have for that reason.
But it's a viable combination, and like it's no more broken than like I don't know. It's no more broken than like double fox and melee or something. Like it's just a.
I think that's a good.
It's just a. Yeah, it's just a combination that works really well. Apparently, Jack can't get his thing working, so he can't join the hangout, and someone else has to join. So Matthew asked, so we'll see if we can get him on as well. But I mean, like, how do you feel about doubles in Smash 4?
I tend to enjoy it a lot more than singles because there's more team play. Well, obviously there's more team play because it's doubles, but there's just like more strategy involved, and you can actually kill people and combos and stuff. It's just better.
Yeah, like I agree as well. Like I really like doubles.
Hello.
Hey Matthew, how's it going?
All right.
Matthew, how do you feel about doubles?
Oh, I love doubles in this game. This is like honestly, after watching Rio and Sol at was it CEO or was that Evo? No, that was CEO, wasn't it?
CEO,
That was amazing. Honestly,
Oh,
just
yeah.
the level of there's just so much depth to doubles that I think there's not really been explored yet, and it's fun. So there's that as well.
Yeah, and like Hungrybox and Zero's run at CEO as well.
Oh my god.
Like landed like 12 rests in a row or something. I don't know. It's just nuts. So Europe versus fighting, how did that go?
That was actually a really well organized event, I think. Like I was an hour late in the morning, but people managed to sort it out for me because my first opponent was one of the TOs, so it was fine-ish. But the event was all kept on time and everything, even with that huge delay. And it ran really smoothly, and the top 8 was super cool. I don't know if you saw the thing on the Everything Smash YouTube channel of Will's.
No, I mean, I didn't catch that much of top 8. I watched quite a bit of day 1, but I was quite busy on day 2.
You saw the GIF you're talking about? Wells and Scarfelt? Is it that one? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt really bad for Jonty after that that set.
Can someone link me this GIF? I need to see this.
Okay, hold on. It's on YouTube as well. And you get to the YouTube thing has the added benefit of you get to hear Tom screaming, so you know.
Yeah, from playing Wells in Smash 4, from the little time that I have, he tends to do that sort of thing to you.
Yeah, he is. Alright. There you go.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, but the event was honestly amazing, and I think I could have done better because I should not have lost to that Link player. I just am bad at the game. But next time Scotland. Luke did better than me, so that's something.
Yeah, I mean, like we did decent. Like we didn't 0-2. Like
yeah, if you average all the results, England did the worst as a region, technically, because of the way double elimination worked. And then obviously Jonty had to make Scotland still feel bad because he just is better than us. Well, better than us, as in me and Abby.
Right.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun as an event, and I really think that it's good to get that sort of experience outside of the normal community.
Yeah. Yeah,
'Cause
like
people,
going out and traveling is good.
they don't necessarily play the same at all. Like, I was against, what's his face? DX17, he's a Rosalina player. And the way he plays Rosalina is just not the same as any Rosalina I've seen before, because I was actually surviving the matchup. So, you know that he's playing different. I mean, he still bodied me pretty hardcore, but he wasn't. He was playing really aggressive, sort of. He would like risk Luma for very little reward, but in a way that would cause me to have to make a choice between two bad options. And it was a much closer game than if I was to fight, say, well, Wilksy, who I fought before, and he has just destroyed me in a camp fest. But it's more fun to play against him, I think. But it's a lot, and it feels a lot more exciting. But he is just still a lot better than me, and it's still very easy to see that. And it's interesting to get that insight, I think. And obviously, there's Miller, who's just crushing everyone.
Yeah.
But,
Oh yeah, Miller is like a whole like other
But-
level.
But the one thing I was going to touch on was, I don't think that Scotland is as far behind as a region as it seems, just because when I was down there, it's like, there's a lot of, okay, well, this happened on the day, that happened on the day, whatever. Like, Jack, I think placing fourth at Armageddon was more the day, because you saw his mindset on the day. It wasn't the best. Same with Brian. He was playing amazing up until that grand final set where I think he went in with the bad mindset of like, oh no.
Yeah, he wrote a big post about like how
Yeah,
like he felt like he was going in like with the wrong
yeah.
mentality. It really showed.
And I think the top players in England, like the top, like say top 5, maybe top 8 in England, are obviously going to be better than us. But I think past that, I think we are much closer as a region than we sort of give ourselves credit for. Because people always say, oh, like Scotland's so free compared to the rest of the UK or whatever, but I don't think that's the case at all.
Yeah, I see what you're meaning. Like, from what we're looking at right now, it looks like we're really bad, but it's probably not as bad as it seems.
Yeah. I think it's just the very top level is slightly better, like
Yeah.
better, but
I mean,
Well,
there's hardly anyone in Scotland taking the game as seriously as the top 8 from England.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean like that's just sort of the general advantage England has, and that's true of like basically any game. Is that like it's very compact, so like you can get a lot like events tend to like be quite big, and you have a lot of skill in like a small area. So like there's good infrastructure there for like people to get better.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing. I think it's the attitude because, because most of the people up here play for a lot of the fun sort of thing. But down there, it's like every second moment, there's like a queue behind Miller, sort of friendlies. So these are all people who are just like striving to just get all the games they can. Well, but I wasn't feeling that because I don't take the game all that seriously either. I just play, to optimize my character more than optimize my gameplay. So I don't like want to be the best. I want to be the best at what I enjoy. I think is the thing, and I think that's probably the wrong mindset to have if you want to be top level player. But then there's also like Jack and Brian. I know they both want to advance the game as much as possible. I think they have the right mindset to move forward, and it's good that they stay close together because
I think they have the right mindset at certain times.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like they need to work on things, but definitely got a different mindset from the rest of Scotland. But whatever you want to do, like that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, did you get any games against Miller while you were down there?
I didn't get any games, but I was watching most of it. Also, I was watching GP and Miller do doubles, and that was honestly that's just another level. Like the doubles man in Scotland is way behind the one in England. That's something I will say. I felt bad for myself when I wasn't even playing against them.
Wow. I mean, I guess we don't have a regular doubles thing up here. Like it's always just kind of a side thing at Battlefields, or one of the events at Battlefields, but there's no like regular doubles, like tournaments going on.
I mean, that's sort of the case with Melee as well. Like, we have doubles going on, but it's only the people who take it really seriously whenever the tournament's not going on, are the people who are really good at it.
Yeah. Because I know, is it Ryzon and Mosey, I think, who are really good, because like they practice doubles outside of like the events. So like they
Yeah,
want,
like, a lot of us do, actually, because we really like doubles.
yeah.
Doubles are amazing. I think honestly we should start practicing doubles more, but again, it's more of an events thing, isn't it? Because we've
Yeah.
only had like 2 major doubles events, and even then, I don't think most of the people taking part were taking it seriously. So.
Well, maybe somewhat, but like, yeah, you need something to practice for, is like the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's true of everything. Like we started taking practice like right early on with like Melee, for example. That it was noticeable how much more people were putting into it after we started doing OSU in the beginning. Like, and then I guess it'll be the same case with Smash 4 and Smash 4 doubles and Rivals of Aether or whatever. Like people will start putting in more and more time as like there's more and more of a reason to put in time.
Something I was wanting to bring up that was talked about in the OSU podcast about doubles is people would just create power teams, so they just like have the best players in the top 4 teams, and that sort of like has the competition only for the top 4, and the rest are just gonna like definitely not get through to the rest of the bracket.
Yeah, but then you could say that about singles, but that's just the goal, isn't it? You want to beat the best players. You're going in hoping to do better against the best players. You want to level up your gameplay to that level. It does. I don't think it's.
I was going to say, I think we have enough of intercity rivalry to the point where like people aren't going to do that as much in the Smash 4 scene. Like I know Muppet, for example, isn't. He's like high level. He's certainly up there. He could make top 3. But if Jack goes to an event like last time we did doubles, Jack entered with Muppet. But there's probably better players than Muppet he could have picked as his teammate. But like he has that loyalty to his friends where he will like play with Muppet over just like going to like someone else like Ken or something and just saying, hey, like you're obviously like we're obviously going to be top 2 at the event, like let's team together, for example. But yeah, like I think there's it's certainly something that could develop, and like I guess it gives you like a reason to train as well. Like if you're playing singles, then like there isn't so much pressure on you because your performance only affects yourself. But doubles, like you have the potential to like let your teammate down, which I think encourages people to actually like put a bit more effort in. So
yeah, I think that's true for people who don't normally put as much effort into singles.
But yeah, I'd love to see some like regular doubles teams coming up, and I'd love to see like a doubles team that's really strong just in doubles, but not have like quite the same singles results. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
I know when we did 3v3s, even though that's like a whole other kettle of fish. Like
don't get started in this.
But like you wouldn't have thought like if you took the 3 players from the team that won that, like that wasn't like the top 3 singles players. Like it was like a team of like people that were good friends that did well together.
That was the team that won. That was Ethan and Ross and Otto, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like Ross places pretty high. Ethan places pretty high. So like good players in there, but like not like tournament winning.
By Paddy towards the end though, just.
Yeah, they had to switch out.
Although Ethan places really high in events now, like.
Yeah, he usually gets 4th or 5th, doesn't he?
Yeah, he came 3rd this last one.
Oh yeah, of course.
And he had to go before losers finals.
Oh man.
So he could very well have taken 2nd. Like that's entirely possible.
Yeah.
And hey, Jack, I think you managed to finally get on. I don't know if we can hear you or not, though.
Yeah, he was definitely having some problems.
But I have a still image of Jack in the bottom right now. So,
There you go. Bye, Jack.
Sad ballet music.
rip. Craig Ed and Bulba keeps typing things in Facebook, and then it's the worst when people start typing something and it says so and so is typing a message, and then they stop and like I don't know if they're actually going to say anything or not.
There's a glitch with that in Skype, and if you're in a big Skype group, it's really weird because it's like 70 people are typing. But they're not actually.
But yeah, I have no idea if he's actually letting me know if he's coming or not, or if. But whatever, it's fine. But yeah, I think doubles is going to be a thing. I think we should do more of it. It should be more a regular thing because everybody. It's not quite as popular as singles, but people seem to really enjoy it. So.
Oh.
We have Jack.
Oh, there he is.
Finally. I had an alternative way of getting in the call. I just got to shut my mum's laptop for now, so that'll do, I guess. As long as it doesn't break under my carelessness, apparently. We're good.
Who's on the bed above you?
No one.
No.
It's just clothes on top of there, like, my bottom bed is double bunk, so, you know. Anyway, what have I missed?
Jack, how do you feel about a regular doubles thing?
What do you mean by, like, regular doubles?
Like, how do you feel about doubles at events? Would you like to see more doubles?
I like doubles a lot, honestly. I mean, yeah. There's not much to say about it. It's really enjoyable, especially to watch. And the fact you can actually have 3-stock matches with doubles is kind of also quite entertaining. Because, you know, we all like, well, a lot of people like 3-stock. Myself in singles, 3-stock, it's a bit different. I'm not as huge, and this can is actually empty, so I need a different can of Iron Brew.
Oh, you can have this one, but I have it, unfortunately.
I had an 8-pack. I bought an 8-pack like yesterday. So. Like, I got up in the middle of the morning just to go get an 8-pack. I'm sad.
Absolutely cool, by the way.
There's an echo?
No echo. What were you saying, Fraser?
I just saying he's absolutely mental because he's got an 8-pack of Iron Brew.
Yeah, I think. Oh, one of the things someone was saying was power teams, but I was saying that I feel like there's enough sort of loyalty to people's regions where they don't really do that. Like, I know you and Muppet entered doubles together.
Yeah.
When you could have easily approached someone and like Ken, for example.
I've been offered a few like double opportunities. I think once I was going to double with Flam Jam. I can't remember what I actually ended up doing at that event. I think Brian ended up going, and ended up going with him because we were always meant to be like a doubles kind of team. So. And then Muppet just kind of like intrigued me because I've been practicing with him a lot and training him. Like, so I'm gonna go with Muppet, not because just he's a Dundee player, but like it would be interesting to play doubles with a Duck Hunt main. So.
Yeah, I guess it would be good to see like a regular doubles and regular doubles teams because like that's one of the cool things about like the Smash Doc was the whole like Ken Isaiah thing and like husband wife thing was like. So big name doubles teams.
It will definitely be me and Ken next time.
Ken is scary in doubles. He's so good at like switching between opponents. Like I remember when we first, I think, who did he first team with when we had doubles? Was it you, Fraser? No, I don't think it was.
I think so.
It was like he was playing with someone else. I can't remember who it was. Oh my god, I think it was DG actually.
No, we teamed first, and then he teamed with DG like. The OC.
I remember when we started playing with DG. This is when Brian got third in singles, I believe. Same tournament.
That was the one he was playing with DG. Was the one where he was second.
All right. So I remember like specifically in our grand final set, even winners finals, me and Brian were just like, damn, like Ken is like so good at just like 1 minute he'll be in my face, and then the next minute he'll knock me off stage, and he'll be straight over to like Brian, kicking his butt. We were like, what are we gonna do? Like, so it came to me having to like deal with him after time.
So yeah, I guess like doubles is gonna be a thing. Not this month. We gotta do the crew battle this month.
Oh god, crew battles.
Oh,
I'm just gonna end up picking Falcon again. So.
You need to sign up for the event. That's what you need to do.
Oh yeah, I don't
You
think
haven't
I
done
have.
that yet.
I don't actually know. What day is it again? The 22nd.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have stuff to do for college yet because I'm preparing stuff still for college in September. I think I've got a meeting or something, so I'll get back to you if I can be able to attend to it. But if I can, then
Okay.
good.
Because actually, it's kind of funny. Like, there's a lot of people who can't make this event. Like, Faker can't make this event, for example.
At first, I thought I was a definite, but then all this came up. So.
Oh.
It's been a bit
I'm
tough.
sure it'll be good for like the people that actually are there, though. They'll get to experience like the cruise.
Cruise is quite something.
And I really don't want Glasgow to get like destroyed. That would be really
I don't
nice.
think Glasgow will get destroyed. Like, we thought Edinburgh, the Armour was going to get destroyed, and now it's like, nah. Like, honestly, they had DG, like, they had a lot of good players from, like, Edinburgh play for them.
Cruise is
Yeah.
a different.
Edinburgh has gotten really, like, they've improved a lot, in my opinion. Which kind of took me by surprise. So. But, still, my Falcon's going to just start kneeing everyone. It's been monstrous the past few weeks. I don't know how I've been doing it, but the knees have just been phenomenal. I got told just to convert to melee, and I was like, no, I must stick to Smash 4 Falcon. Too good. Too fun.
Well, I mean, I got like 10 multi-paint on the stream, so beat that.
Damn it. Can't argue.
But yeah, the crew battle will be exciting, and I think it'll be good for everybody.
What is it? Is it Glasgow versus the rest of Scotland?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who would you put on for Glasgow then? Do you know?
But who's entering for Glasgow?
Yeah. I would imagine
All of
Kitten-
us, apparently.
All of it. Oh, that's great.
Oh yeah, because it's like it's huge. I'm
Yeah, it's a big
dedicating
crew.
like I'm
Is it gonna
dedicating
be
like
like-
2.5 hours to this. Like it's gonna be a long.
Oh, God. So
Like,
you're talking
it's-
probably like, what, 20 people per team?
Yeah, like as many as I can get. Like, and I know like some people have said, oh, I might need to go during the crew battle. I'm like, well, we'll just send you on first, and then.
We don't care if you get put against someone really good. You're going on first.
If you have to go, like you can play and then you can go. And we'll do it that way. But yeah, I want to see how good people are, and I want to give people who are like not in the top echelons like a chance to shine. Because like people were like, why isn't it 5 versus 5? And it's like, well, that will just be like the top 8 from singles all over again. Like I want to get like some more people involved, and I want to get some more people like a chance to just.
I want to see how people deal with the pressure, because I think a lot of Smash 4 players are pretty new to the scene in general, so they're not going to be as experienced.
Oh yeah, that's the thing about crews is like some people just get super nervous.
Yeah.
Like, I remember we did one like a friendly one. It was me versus Lee, and I had like a Sheik that I'd started playing 10 minutes ago. Like I had to ask him how to change Zelda to Sheik in melee. Like at the beginning of the match, I was like, "How do I do this again?" And then I still like took 2 stocks off. I was like, "He had 2 stocks left." I took 2 stocks off of him and lost 3 with like my 10-minute Sheik. Because he just gets really nervous, and it's really interesting to see that side of people.
Yeah.
Because I don't get nervous at all in crew battles, because like I'm just like whatever, I'm just gonna get wrecked, so I'm just gonna like do whatever. Like I've got my rest of my team to carry me, like I'll be fine. So I put no pressure on myself when I'm in a crew battle.
I'm the opposite. Everyone's relying on me. That was the same for Armageddon, but I was like, it was like you're relying on me. Like one of my worst days. Like, this is not good.
Do you remember the first ever crew battle that we did, and it was at Osun? It was a P.
I totally remember that.
I was
Yeah.
gonna reference that like a second
Like
ago.
I just gave in to the crowd and I was like, yeah, I'm going random, and I got like 2 characters I've never played before. It's gonna happen at this one, like.
I just remember
God.
I did something really ridiculous with bombs in one of my I think it was like against a pit. I did something really stupid and the whole crowd was hyping about it, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm good at this game, guys." It's like completely new to it and so bad.
Oh. And then
Crew
Pidgey
battle.
just wrecks everybody.
Oh my god, Pidgey's literally down there stomped everyone. But I think like crew going back to getting like people that don't go on topic get recognized. Crew battle's definitely a good way of going around it, mostly because looking at I think it was one of the melee crew battles. Kid Wobbles that's like where he got his like first kind of recognition.
He's playing Ryan.
Yeah, playing Ryan, and he just kind of like did he not wobble him or something?
I probably wobbled him, yeah. He's back him.
I just remember Ryan coming off the setup and was like, "Oh, I went easy on him because he was a kid." I was like, "Oh my god."
He's actually like 16 or something.
He's actually, I think, yeah, Kid Wobbles is actually.
He's going into 6th year, and he showed me his 6th year blazer. I'm like, what?
That's crazy. I've just left 6 years, so
Me too.
it's mad to think school's way starting a few days again, and I'm not going.
Yay.
Oh, we're all going to be at college. Oh,
Eventually,
that'll be fun.
say bye to my Smash time. It's only 3 days a week. I should be good.
Something I mentioned earlier actually was that like when college starts again, like events are gonna probably take a little bit of a backseat as far as like organizing them goes. Like I'm still gonna do them every month, but it's
You're
not
gonna have a
be-
difficult time juggling it all, aren't you?
yeah.
It's already stressful enough for you. I feel for you.
But I mean, like the expectation of doing 2 events a month, like no, I'm not gonna do 2 events a month. Like that's just not gonna be a thing. I'm gonna do 1 event a month.
Okay, can I ask what's happening with the stream this month?
So we're gonna do what you guys technically did, which is like you had the Blue Yeti mic and no like fancy headsets, which we normally have, because Faker's out of the country, so like. It's,
Womp womp
I mean, I
womp.
could always help with like setting up, but I had no idea how to get the stream working because the internet was really bad.
yeah, I'm okay with getting that all done, but as far as like actually setting up audio equipment and stuff, like it's just not my area of expertise.
Yeah.
So we'll just have the Blue Yeti mic and no like audio for the commentators, I'm afraid. But like, it's
That
just
doesn't really bother me that much.
You can look at the pretty pictures.
Slideshow.
Oh, no more slideshow though. That was my laptop. I have a proper.
I hope
desktop
Rushdown also get their better internet. 'Cause Craig
Oh.
keeps telling me they keep getting like, oh yeah, like we're getting the internet, we're getting it eventually, and apparently they don't get it. So it's a
Yeah.
shame.
It's just really, really bad.
And then Giant Attack has Wi-Fi, I believe, but it's probably not even usable.
One day, like we'll all just get better internet at the same time, and it will just be like.
One day they will
Having
release
on it.
5G, and it will be the best thing ever. Nah.
Or affordable 4G would be good. Like.
Yeah.
20 GX. No?
Here. God damn it. I think. Oh. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, if you don't know, Dundee versus Dundee United is happening, and I guess Dundee scored. I should probably be happy.
When you're
My
dead.
brother's going mental. Anyway, ignore that. Go back to the podcast.
So I guess like. Oh, what else was I going to go over? Oh, right, rule sets. I mentioned this a bit earlier. We're doing 2 stocks for this event for singles because
I'm happy about that.
we created 3 stocks, and I think like it was meant to be an experiment to see like how well 3 stock worked, but we didn't have enough setups, so the tournament was taking a while because we didn't have enough setups, and I don't know how much 3 stocks was a factor. So I'll probably try 3 stocks again in the future. But for the moment, until like I can actually run an event where like nothing else is influencing the amount of time it takes, like I'm just gonna put 2. I know a lot of people really like 3, but it's a case of like I'll do it when we're ready to try it again, if that makes sense. But the crew battle is 3 stocks because like you only get 1 shot each, and
Crew Battle needs to be 3 stock in my opinion at all times.
yeah. Which is funny because I was talking I was reading comments in like the global backroom, and they were all like, "Oh, well, crew battles is the future of Smash 4," and one of the things was saying, "Oh, like you can't go above like 5v5 with 2 stocks each," and I'm just like, "Mate, what? I'm running a 20 versus 20 with 3 stocks. Like, get on my level." But I don't think 2 is enough for someone to actually like show that they can do something.
My personal opinion on it just now, right? So I'll just share it out. I mean, as much as I do enjoy playing 3 stock, I just never thought it's gonna work for Smash 4. I've always said the same thing. In Smash 4 doesn't have like the ledge guarding abilities Brawl had. It's I mean, Brawl, you could argue you live to like 180% and stuff, which is true because there's momentum cancelling, but the fact you had gimps made the game go by a lot quicker as well. Smash 4 doesn't have that ability as much, so I've always thought 2 stock was a lot more better. Especially because the game is it's more lenient towards you getting bread and butter combos, like everyone has like a down through up air. That's literally how matches go nowadays. It's like whoever wins the neutral, gets a grab, whatever, does their bread and butters, they're usually going to take the match within a good relative 6 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, like, one of the things I've noted, though, is that off-stage game, I think, is going to become more and more prevalent.
And a 3 stock.
Or just in general, but I think until that happens, like, going up in stocks is a bit of a pain, because, like,
it's
people need
matchup
to
dependent
actually,
as well.
yeah, people need to get, like, good enough at doing, like, gimps off-stage, to
Yeah,
the point where, like...
I can attribute a lot of my success in the scene from people not going off stage because Diddy's recovery is quite bad, but people don't want to go off stage.
There's definitely some matchups where you should go out there. Like I remember, like just going back to my first game in Armageddon against Oast, people were probably like, "Why on earth is he going off stage challenging Ness's like up B?" And it was like, well, there's reasons behind it. There's a lot of time you have to hit Ness off stage in that, but like of course it got me killed. I played silly in that set. We'll forget about that one. But then other characters just like that. Just like playing Scarfell and that Fox. Fox is really easy to gimp because he has a recovery that just kind of sits there. Like he's literally a sitting duck, but he's a fox, so it doesn't kind of work that analogy, does it? We'll call him a sitting fox. And then you got characters like Meta Knight and Marth, not quite easy to like gimp because their hitbox and recovery is really good. So it just depends on matchups. But Diddy Kong, yeah, I agree. Just should definitely challenge him.
It looks scary, but it's not.
It's scary if it hits the ground. If you've ever killed someone with rockets on stage,
Yeah.
it's so jank. There's like a Diddy Kong in Vegas I play against sometimes. His kills literally rely on just doing rocket barrel kills, and he gets it. It's so jank.
It's just like when customs are around.
Oh my god.
I'm so glad I didn't go to that tournament because I just knew it was going to be messy.
I honestly love customs just because they make my character better.
It's fun, but oh my god, is it annoying to lose to the most dumbest nonsense ever.
Yeah, I mean, alright, we're never going back to customs in 1v1 and 2v2. I can say that for like certain. I know some people are running custom stuff, but that's...
I would only run it as side event, like,
yeah.
in the future. I would never keep it as a main event at all.
Yeah, because like, I know there's demand for it, so like some people are like, oh, we'll do a small customs event, and I think that's perfect. But it's not. I'm not going to run a 1v1 or 2v2 as far as I can see in the future, unless Sakurai is like suddenly, haha, customs for everybody, and like I totally balanced all of these. Yeah.
I think Palutena still has her lightweight glitch, and yeah, they've been balancing some glitches in customs anyway. But she's still like, you know what the lightweight glitch is?
Oh, is that the one where if you do it on a platform it like refreshes the content?
Yeah, it just refreshes when you're not meant to be able to do that. So like you could just constantly have lightweight through a match. So like Smashville is amazing for her.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
But yeah, I guess while we're on the topic of customs, I was talking about Mii's earlier. We're doing like a Mii only event on Friday.
Me only.
Mii only, and like you can pick any variant of customs that you want, or I guess technically they're not customs because you don't have customs turned
You
on.
should make
they're
it so you could just bring a 3DS like me, like your own 3DS me, just upload it as long as it doesn't have equipment, and there you go.
Even if they do have equipment, if you have customs turned
Yeah.
off,
Yeah,
Oh, is it
it's the
turning
wrong
it wrong?
size though, isn't it? Because
the wrong size that's the problem. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with customs, and then Fraser's gone. Or what I want to do with Mii's, because like letting people set up their own Mii's, I feel like is just asking for trouble, because someone is gonna bring one that's the wrong size, or like someone's gonna be like, oh sorry, my like 3DS ran out of battery like mid upload or something, or like people, it's just gonna be delays. And some people posted a video of like it takes 30 seconds to make a Mii, and it's like, nah, man, like people, like I can't rely on people being able to do that consistently. And then you have, and like people were like, oh well, you know, people take 30 seconds to set controls up and stuff, and it's like, well yeah, but if they have to do both, then that's an extra minute that I now have like, attached to a set. So from a TO perspective, letting people make their own on the day is like a nightmare. And then people can make the wrong size, like they can do that on the console, like they could pick one that isn't a default. Or people
Is there
could
like a
bring
way to tell what size the me is through their character portrait?
As
no,
far
I
as
don't
I
think
know,
so. Well, there is in the portrait. They are slightly different sizes, but it's not easy to tell by like.
So it's not really distinguishable then, no.
No.
Fair enough.
So my current thought is something that I saw suggested in like the NorCal group, which they were saying, some guy was like, you should have like 3 sets per like type of Mii, so like 3 brawler sets, 3 gunner sets, and 3 swordsman sets, or
There's like
something like
111, 222, and 333 or whatever.
No, but like
think we
more
should-
like the 3 actual ones that people will want to play that are like reasonably good.
Yeah, like,
Let me
so for
guess.
Brawler-
Let me guess. All small.
No, they're-
No, like
all
default size.
all default size. I was gonna say.
Yeah, so like
Everyone will go to the small meme because it's just fast and
oh
ridiculous.
yeah, I've like I saw a post by Zero which was like, this is why small Mii's are bad, and I'm like, oh right, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And apparently even like the guy, like the best Mii brawler in North America is like, small Mii's are dumb, don't let them be legal.
Oh, that was the Puffster, yeah.
But what I was thinking was like we could have a couple of sets per like different type of Mii that's legal. So like for
Yeah.
brawler it'd be 1122. And
2, 1,
I actually
2.
don't know what the other good sets for Mii brawler are. I
Um,
think that's actually just the best one.
1122 is good. You can do 2122 as well.
Yeah.
Because, for different matchups. And there's also one that uses the different up B, the piston punch, I think it is.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, but
I don't
think
see
that
why
one
would you use
reminds-
that. I don't see why you would use it when you have that hurricane kick thing. That is.
I just remember I saw the Puffster switching, but I think it relies on having the small Mii. I'm not sure.
Oh,
I can't remember the specifics of it, but he was switching between the 1122 set and this other one that he just picked whenever he could pick Halberd. So I think there was something something he didn't know that he knows that we don't. So
Oh, that might have been like the 1-inch punch thing or something. Where
Yeah, oh, yeah,
it's
that
like
was
the
like,
specific hitbox.
well, literally Bruce Lee. You could make a Bruce Lee amiibo, me, and have 1-inch punch. That's hilarious.
the Mii's I have set up are all with the DLC costumes, like my Sword Fighter Zero, because I'm a huge fanboy. And
Fair enough.
not as in Smash 4 Zero. I mean Mega Man.
I was waiting to say. Seeing this random chili guy, you know, just running about. Here I am, guys. I'm here to show you the new tier list, and I just remember like Nairo on his stream. Nairo's like impersonations of Zero are just hilarious. They're so good.
Oh.
Oh, that just reminds me of the money match they did. Lucina did it. That was interesting.
So, out of interest, after like the Mii thing we do on Friday, which I imagine there's going to be like a set per character that will dominate, how do you feel about like Mii's being a thing this month, or whether it should be held back until?
Is this the complete like me thing, or is this like what was this?
Like the rule set for me is like, should it just be 1111 defaults this month?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay, and we'll test it out on Friday, and we'll do another test at another point, and then we'll probably the event after, like September, because I was gonna do like something that wasn't particularly serious in September, because everybody will be at college and studying and like
Fun times.
yeah.
I have to say, I've been playing a lot of Sword Fighter though, and the setups with the Infinite are just so stupid. I don't know, man. I don't know if I should
How
ever
broken
play
is that?
It's really, really easy. Like,
Right.
Is this the new, like the new,
the
what is it, the
chakra
projectile?
thing.
Oh, still, I think I saw that. That's the
You can do it across the stage, then dash past them and do it back across the stage and just up smash at the end of it. It's honestly stupid. Like to dash past them, it is a bit harder, and I don't think that works on all the cast. But
So it's like Pikachu's, what was it, the custom
I
Infinite
think
he
it's
had.
actually more broken than Pikachu's.
yeah, Pikachu's Thunder one, you had to actually time it properly. This one, you can just kind of dash and pray. It's
God damn it, Sakurai. You and your balancing.
but it's fun. I'm gonna say that.
It's fun. It's fun to beat people.
Yeah, it is.
It
But,
is a lot of fun. Just saying.
Okay. I mean, I feel like that's going to get patched as well, because
Yeah.
I feel like you took a bit too many frames off of the end lag for that. It was something like 10 frames less end lag on that move, or something ridiculous.
They should just do that with Greninja, but make it like fully charged neutral B does, like, it ends so quick that you can just charge another one and keep hitting them by following them. That's gonna happen next. It's gonna be Greninja will have it, and then it'll be, me, whoever else has a projectile. Like, I think that's only two maybe that have a projectile like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or make
think-
it Mario's huge fireball, like, the really slow one, just like it keeps hitting you. You have enough time to just throw another one. Just keep going, keep going.
Maybe it'll actually be useful then. Oh.
I've never seen anyone actually use the huge fireballs. Oh.
It's because it's really, really bad.
I would imagine so. Like, no use.
I feel like it's funny timing that everybody's talking about Mii's being, like, having more options for movesets and stuff as soon as, like, the Chakram thing came out and people were like, this is really broken. It's like the worst timing ever. Because everybody's pointing at that move and saying that's busted as hell and, like, shouldn't be legal. So,
Yeah, but everyone was pointing at helicopter kick on release for being
Helicopter
busted.
kick, is that ever been nerfed, the helicopter kick, or is it still the same?
it's still the same. It's not as busted as people think. I was playing it yesterday, and like, you have no vertical recovery when you have that move. So,
Yeah.
like,
Recovery is dreadful on it, I know that.
yeah. So you're kind of trading being able to get, like, not necessarily like easy kills, but like you trade like survivability to be able to, like, kill people.
You do have Zero Suit's flip kick downbeat though, don't you, as well?
Yeah.
And it aided as well. So yeah. It's not the most worst recovery in the game, it's not Dr. Mario, which, that poor man. Shoutouts to Dr. Mario's recovery. But yeah, it's not as bad. Not really something you can go and attack. No. I don't think I would recommend attacking Mii Brawler's Hurricane Kick.
Yeah.
Have fun taking multi-hit moves, it's not fun.
Oh. But yeah, I'm wondering if there's anything else to talk about outside of. Oh yeah, you were telling me you were looking at doing an event.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, we're just waiting on Pidgey coming back from his holiday in Greece.
Ah, fair enough.
Because I said we're coming up for our 10th, like, we had poverty brackets, but I was like, for the 10th one, I kind of want to just do something small, like, and hopefully people will travel to it, but we need to, like, we still need to find out about venue. We're probably just going to use the pub that we're at, but, like, whoever's not over 18, sorry, you'll have to go at 8 o'clock. Or whatever. But we should be fine, I imagine. We'll see about it. I think we have another thing in mind. I think one of the boys from Dundee, I don't know who's quite doing it, but they've emailed another venue, and they'll get back to us, see if we can get anything for that. They might also have Wi-Fi, which will be good, because you can do things you can't do with venues with no Wi-Fi, which sucks. Like streaming.
That was very to the point.
It was.
And yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else people mentioned. Oh, how would you feel about going to a Brawl tournament, Jack?
Oh, yeah. Oh my god. Oh. And now I'm actually. It's kind of interesting that you brought this up. There was a melee chat and I was bringing up to them how I was getting bored of Smash 4 a little bit, and I was watching Brawl Toon Link recently, like just Brawl Toon Link footage, and I was just going, damn, Brawl Toon Link used to be so fast. Like, oh my god, he was fast, and I used to play him like this. I actually forgot how fast he could be. And just like after watching SmashCon as well, if anybody's
Yeah,
watched it,
I was watching. I enjoyed it because just
I
watching
was
Esam play Pikachu after playing Pikachu in Smash 4. It's
the
just the difference.
metagame they were playing in Brawl was the same, or at least was similar to what it was before the game died off when Smash 4 came out. It's still really, well, it's not really offensive, but it's not quite as defensive as when the game first came out and like slow garbage nonsense. You can't do this and that. When I saw SmashCon, I saw Mewtwo King and who was playing Zero Suit? It was like
It was D115.
D115, yeah. Had that like just watching them two play. I think Nairo played D115 as well. Like so like fast paced matches, and they're just like Brawl actually was kind of fast paced. And going back to my thing earlier about Gimps and that, how it supports the 3-stock rule set. It kind of amazed me how Brawl got so much like flack, but I guess because it's compared to Melee, and Melee is that godlike game, it's never going to quite challenge. But in terms of like me going back to Brawl, I did say recently I'll probably go back to it if Toon Link receives another dumb nerf in Smash 4.
But like, if there was a Brawl event, like, would you go to it?
I would definitely go to it, yeah. Definitely. But
Because I've had quite a few people asking.
would probably
me, so.
win it. Kin's more annoying to deal with in Brawl the last time I played him, which was like also June last year. we both probably forgot how to play the game completely. I mean, I have. The last time I tried to touch the game, I did money matches with them, Chris from Dundee, and then Hattie, Foxman. We did like £3 money matches just for the fun of it, using the Japanese stage rule set. So I think it was like Battlefield, FD, and Smashville. And every game like I had was really close, and I was like, these games would never be this close if I still played this game. But then I can't say that because then they've also not been playing the game as much as well, kind of. So. But it was really fun. It felt really slow when we finished it, though. The matches felt really slow paced. So I do kind of worry about that because most Brawl matches, when not played at a high level, are going to be slow and sloppy and not entertaining.
Cool. Well, I mean, like, I'll look into it then, because I've had quite a few people asking about Brawl, so...
Well, the last time we got Brawl, it was so funny. I think I took one of my friends, actually, from Dundee up to the event. It's like the only one time I did. This was also, like, back in the old venue. It was, like...
July
or something, yeah. And, like, Brawl was there, and I was like, oh, yes, I'm going to go win this tournament. 4 people entered it.
Yeah. Pidgey didn't enter. Pidgey, who came with you, didn't enter.
He didn't enter. It was mostly because he hates Yoshi in that game. The fact he can't jump over a shield. He gets so like peeved off with that.
It was just like you entered and you're like, oh yeah, you're in winners semis, by the way.
In the next match.
Oh wait, and you guys like did all best of 5 without even like mentioning to anybody. So there was just a setup dedicated to Brawl for
I remember.
3 hours.
I remember the whole 4 matches took the same time as PM. The whole 4 matches, whatever, how many was it? Well, it wouldn't be 4 matches, but it was something like that, Took at the exact same time to finish the PM bracket, and I was just dying of laughter when I heard that. And
I still have that footage, by the way. It's on my hard drive.
Of Brawl?
Yeah, I have all of that Brawl tournament sitting on my
You
hard
should
drive.
totally show me it just so I can be like, oh my god, I used to be so good at that game.
That'll get uploaded sometime. I'll put it on like the Osu Scotland channel as a joke. Like if I still have access to it, I'll be like.
We should just like run over commentary over it, like pretend someone did commentary when they were actually there, and just be like, oh look at this high level play from Yakubi. It's just like a Smash 4 Toon Link, except even more worse.
You should just have like melee thumbnails.
Melee thumbnails. You can't get just put Young Link over Toon Link.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I think there was a Rob. What are you gonna do with Rob?
Oh, actually, we're getting custom thumbnails done for like all the characters.
By Faker.
Different artists.
Different.
For all the characters.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure Faker would love to draw his own Sonic one.
Yeah.
He likes drawing Sonic and his stuff.
He's actually really good at drawing. I
He's
didn't know
amazing
that.
at his stuff. I was actually considering on contacting him to do some artwork for whenever we get this event started out for Dundee, just to get something to put on the Facebook page as a banner, so it looks kind of flashy and oh look, a new tournament, Dundee. We should go. Nice artwork, by the way. Hint, hint. It's Craig, you know.
Yeah, we had a bunch of art come in, or some work in progress stuff last night appeared. So we'll have thumbnails for stuff soon, because I want them all to just be custom ones that have been done by artists. If anybody's interested in that, by the way, let me know, and I'll pull you into the thing, because there's a big doc that has all the characters, and it's who's working on it, which one. And,
Is it not kind of difficult to do that because it's the varying art styles, or?
I guess, but we have certain amount of there has to be certain specifics, size wise anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, as far as this goes, I kind of need to get going because we've been going for about an hour now. I think that was all the questions.
Did I miss anything else before? That's important or relative before we head off.
As far as I know, I think that was everything. There's just going to be less events when I go back to college, and because people aren't going to be as willing to travel during college as well. So doing 2 events a month is a bit impractical.
Smash 4 is going to probably have a bit of a decline in terms of turnout.
Easier for me to travel because I'm going to uni in Edinburgh rather than having to travel away from.
Oh, right.
That would be nice.
Oh, you'll be a Rushdown player soon.
Yeah, I know. That's a bit so hard.
Come to Dundee. We need more giant attack. We got Cret. I know Cret and his pleb moved from Reset, and then
Yeah.
Went to Dundee and was yes, we got ourselves a new giant attack point.
Is Aberdeen just moving south? They all just migrating.
They hate their own city apparently.
Well, the scene for Smash is
it's dead up in Aberdeen almost. They only have even the gals Richard. He comes down to Dundee now because there's nothing to do up in Aberdeen. He comes every Monday.
It's getting better now. We're trying to inspire people, but the thing is, Reset is more of a Street Fighter thing. They don't really support Smash as much. The only people that support it there is Gregor.
See, Giant Attack was kind of like that. Well, it wasn't Street Fighter. I think it was mostly anime fighters when I first went there. And it was 4 people playing Project M when I first got there. So it was me, Pidgey, Taronuk, Alan, and Chris. We were the only 4 people, and then Kieran would sometimes show up. I don't know what tag he has nowadays, but melee player. It was PM, that was the thing. And then we slowly built up when Smash 4 came out.
Yeah, similar things happening.
I think that's happening in Aberdeen. Jamie's up in Aberdeen as well, isn't he?
Yeah, Jamie Lewis is kicking, but he's usually working some days. And Gregor has started to pick out Smash 4 as
I think he was down at Giant Attack actually not this week, but I think he was there last week playing Mario.
Yeah, he's the Mario player.
He avoided my Falcon. He beat it, and I was no, I've been wrecking everyone else with it. Oh wow.
Yeah, he's getting good. He's
getting a lot good. His Mario's getting scary.
He actually didn't know anything about the game. Entered at Arma. He entered that tournament just off of his Street Fighter fundamentals.
Yeah. I remember when we were
playing. He's
a
really solid Street Fighter.
I do this a lot when I play new players of the game. A lot of habits most players come into with the game is rolling. They'll whiff an attack and roll back. And I will always manipulate it so hard till they realize it, and then I think there was I don't know, he missed a grab or something and he went to roll back because I'm just gonna dash up to his roll and then up smash him and kill him, and I'd point out this is what every new player does. If you whiff an attack, don't roll back. We're always expecting it.
Yeah.
It's the worst option you could choose in my opinion. And then so yeah, but he's improved a lot.
Yeah. So all that's left to do, I think, up here is to get Robertson to take the game seriously, and then we'll have.
Robertson, oh my god.
I'm really pissed off because he is so good at the game, but he just
Yeah.
doesn't care about it at all.
He gave me a difficult set at Road to Heights Spotting Aberdeen. Well, it wasn't difficult, but he did take a game off of me, I think it was. And I had to like play proper balls to the wall to make sure I didn't go into losers.
Yeah, if he actually took this game seriously, he'd be good at it. But
He's scary at the game. I think I had him in my height spotting pools, and I was kind of worried about having him too. I was like, oh my god, I hate flying Pikachu. Small little thing.
I think he's switching for Pikachu because like his reasoning was literally, I can't be arsed playing a difficult character in a game I don't take seriously.
He's not difficult. He skips in neutral with his up B. He literally is like, oh, what's that thing called neutral? Oh, I'll just up B towards you, and that's it. Skip neutral.
Yeah.
It's like skips the most, fundamental thing in Smash is the neutral in any fighting game.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's that.
Well, I guess there's a couple more small things. Something they brought up on the Osu podcast last night, and it's something I'm sort of looking towards as
I've not
well.
watched that yet.
It's good. It's a good watch.
I was
Actually,
gonna
a really good event. I only got to go for the last couple of hours, but I hung out and played some rivals with people, and it was
I
fine.
think the only thing I've seen so far was the interview between Patrick and Masculus, which was fun to watch.
Alright. Oh, have you seen the interviews from SmashCon, by the way?
Was this like Leffen
Leffen, and
Mewtwo King?
Mewtwo King, yeah.
Mewtwo King got was it like Mango? Leffen like destroyed Mango. Mewtwo King comes on and he's just like, oh my hands
You're stupid.
So... he's like, yeah, you're stupid. Go to the doctors already.
Mango is an interviewer. He just interrogates them.
Oh my god. It's like, I play for the people, and Leffen's like, I could play for people too. It's like, no you can't. No you can't.
The thing they brought up was like prices, and I think that's going to be a thing. Like singles is going to be a little bit more expensive going forward. Like moving up to £4, and it's probably going to stay
I think
at
that's
£4.
good. Like, as long as there's a prize pool, people will come to it. So, I think in the prize pool, more people will come. So, like,
Yeah, I mean, like, the one thing I don't want to do is like push it up too far, and then like people are like, I don't have like £10 to enter singles, but
and just get bopped and lose tenner.
yeah. But I think keeping it like a bit higher, and then keeping it to like, as long as it's a tenner and below, I think people are fine with that. Like for like one day.
Yeah. Fiverr. What is it currently for like Smash singles at Battlefield?
£3, and I'm moving
Only
up.
£3.
I'm moving up to 4.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. You actually still get quite a lot just for £3. I didn't notice that. I guess that's because Battlefield gets quite a lot of turnout now, so
Yeah. I mean, like last event was 37 people, so
it's decent.
yeah. It was just for singles, like, and that was like a capped event. Like
Is that Rivals?
we had Rivals had 18 as well. Yeah, Rivals of Glasgow. Oh, Battlefield before that had like
50 something, isn't it?
48, I think it was.
48. Was that the
And
one
they
I
all
did,
showed up too. That was a big deal.
was that the one I didn't go to?
I can't remember.
I wanted to
I know it's
mention
been like 40 and 48 were like the two numbers of like June and July, and then August is going to be 40 for Rivals of Glasgow, and then 48 is the cap for this one that's coming up.
all my things are binging. Anyway, I wanted to mention like tournament I didn't go to. I just think it was a Battle City at the time. Oh, no. But that was, I think, my first tournament in a while, only spectating, and it was definitely fun to watch. Like, I genuinely enjoyed watching it, and felt like I did bring a lot of the hype and smack talk to the chat. I'm glad I did. I did my job. And Splatoon was also really fun. I didn't expect it to work out, but it magically did.
That was a really good event as well, actually, the Splatoon.
Do you plan
JT
on?
one,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Do you plan on doing any more Splatoon events?
Yeah, so I mentioned this before you guys joined. One of the problems was if there are too many controllers near each other. So hang on. I'm going here.
Oh, look at that.
Too many of these things next to each other, like the screens start cutting out.
Oh yeah, that was an interesting experience.
I've never seen that
Yeah.
before.
I think it's also like if too many phones and stuff are around as well. So doing them in like a LAN environment, I'm a bit touchy because like I don't want to run. I don't want to be like, oh, we'll do this 4 versus 4 tournament, and then find out that like it can't physically work because like
Put
the
people like
controllers are just.
Just put people around like lead walls.
I mean, I was thinking about using the wall as like a barrier between the teams.
Just put
but,
someone in the bathroom.
Even then,
Just put someone in the bathroom. I'm sure that.
maybe I could do a 2v2 tournament or something. That could be fun.
Did they implement anything like that? Oh wait, no, it'd be LAN, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, the lobby system they use, you can have, you can do 2 versus 2 or 1 versus 3 if you want. Like that kind of thing's possible.
Is this the balloon mode though?
No, that would be proper modes.
Sweet.
Tower control would probably be the best for 2 versus 2 if that was to happen.
Tower control is really. I'm gonna go over this quickly, right? Turf War, I've got bored of it, so. But it is the main thing of the game. Splat zones, there's some maps that really annoy me, like the ones that have 2 splat zones in a map, so like Urchin Underpass. And then ranked, what was it? Tower control. Really good mode. I used to hate it at first because I couldn't use it, but then I realized, nah, tower control is really good.
So
And then
maybe
you
we
play
could
it
do
with
like a 2 versus 2 tower control. Because then I don't have to worry as much about controllers interfering.
Can we ban aerospray then?
I mean, it would probably use the same. It would use the same stage striking system as like Smash, probably. So.
Oh no, the gun. Like, have you not seen the
Oh.
aerospray?
It's
There's like,
really fast one.
There's aerospray RG. It's like this golden like splatter shot pretty much, Junior, and it just does not run out of ink and it like kills you within like a second of being in its range. And it's got really good subs. It's so good. It's like Turf War. You could effortlessly score over 1,000 points. I hate it. But anyway, jokes aside, it's not actually needing banned. It's just stupid.
I think Craig wants to come on for a little bit, so I guess we can.
Ooh.
Let's see. I'll get him on. So Craig will come on and we can talk armor for like a little bit. But
Sweet.
just buttering my crumpet, right? Certainly a reason to delay your entry to something. What else? So yeah, maybe do some 2v2 Splatoon. I hadn't thought about that actually, because like I was thinking 4 versus 4, and then that logistics behind that. Also want to do some captain's modes, but I actually need to announce what captain's mode is for Smash.
I think that'll take.
I could only imagine it being
explaining,
4v4 and someone's a captain on each team. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
That is actually pretty close.
Don't give it away.
I have an infographic that isn't finished yet, but it's aimed at people. It's aimed at like a different group from like singles crowds.
It's a casual kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I reckon it could be competitive in its
We'll
own
still
right.
play it. Like I'm pretty sure the competitive players will still participate. Like even when we did we do a 4v4 crew battle before? I think we did. Like even the competitive people are joining that. We had like Smash Balls on. We will play in it.
Yeah, I mean, like the one at Rushdown did like pretty much straight after the game came out was like a 4 versus 4 with items on, and like there was a good mix of like casual and competitive in that, and like
So
really
good
enjoyed
when you
it. So
yeah, it's good when you get a mix of it. Craig has now joined the call. Hello, Craig.
Hey boys,
Is he eating his crumpet?
he is eating his crumpet.
it's like the last bite, savouring the flavour.
Sweet.
This is my dinner for the night.
Fair enough. How are things?
Things are good, mate. Things are really good. Having a nice wee break from Rushdown, and I'm getting to enjoy video games again. So that's kind of fun.
As soon as I'm finished with flat stuff, I can do that as well. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, you need to empty those boxes behind you, man. Get to work.
No, this is the old flat. I need to actually move to the new one.
Right, okay. Well, then you should definitely not destroy those boxes. How's your discussions been? Has it been exciting?
It's been alright. Like, we've been talking about rule sets and events and stuff. It's been good.
Rule sets. Touchy. Tasty
Actually,
topics.
it's been amicable, so I'm happy. So
No one's died.
I mean, rule sets have been kind of good right now. We've not had a lot. The only rule set we're kind of going over like just now again is 3 stock and 2 stock, and we all have our opinions on that, of course.
Yeah, it's one of those like we need to try stuff out more before we come into like any kind of definitive on that. But
like 3 stock worked at Rivals. It was just really slow, unfortunately.
yeah, I think that was. I still think the setups thing was the bigger issue there.
Setup
like,
can help, I think, a little bit.
Because we were running like a 16-man bracket on 3 setups at one point, and
Yeah, because like had the 3 up at the top and then the rest. Was the rest friendlies at that time?
no, it was amateur.
Oh yeah.
So amateur had 4, pro had 3.
I think it really depends on what your predominant background is from a fighting game perspective. Is like if you're coming from primarily a Smash background, then the concept of 3 stock to you isn't necessarily that scary. For me, from someone like coming from a Street Fighter background where rounds can be over in like 9 seconds, the idea of 6-minute clocks being timed out fairly regularly, like that hurts.
I mean, I came from a Brawl background, which was way slow. But
So yeah, no matter what, you're gonna be going quicker than your average.
but then again, I still support 2 stock over 3 in Smash 4, so it's kind of strange.
Yeah.
I've explained my reasons earlier for that.
A lot of the discussion I've heard for it being 3 stock is that people play a lot more aggressive, and I'm sure they do. It's because they have nothing really to lose with that first stock, so they can afford to go in. I think that 2 stock strikes a nice balance of how committed am I, or how brave do I want to be with this very first stock. How am I going to cope if I'm the first person to lose a stock in a set? Because then I've only got 1 more left, and I might lose the game, and then he's got the momentum, blah blah blah. Depending on how the stage striking's gone down as well, you have to factor that in too. It's really important. For me, like, matches become tenser a lot more quicker with 2 stock. That's a fairly obvious statement, but I feel like there's some good reasoning behind it, which is worth kind of taking on board. I think that when you introduce like that 3rd stock, you're just taking a little bit longer to get to that kind of, as a spectator anyway, you're taking that little bit longer to get to that point where you're like, okay, this match is getting real, this is getting interesting. And that's not to say that you're not going to get like some really interesting technical stuff being displayed amongst those first stocks in a 3 stock match. But I just think that there's a lot more pathos behind every action when you have 2 stock over 3. There's a lot more significance on it.
There's definitely like more time to adapt as well in the 3 stock environment. So you get more time to read your opponent and stuff.
Well, there's like adaption, then there's counter adaption, and then there's like, what is this, a trilogy, or is this a director's cut? Like how what are we watching here? I like to play devil's advocate on that kind of stuff, but just my opinion is probably 2 over 3. But David's the man to test these things out, because he's got a good audience for this kind of stuff. So
yeah, I mean, it's still just like we're testing it, and like I don't want to make any decisions because we're a while away from the next major. So
what is the next major?
Probably next major in Scotland is Hype Spying. I have no idea when that is, but that'll be the next like actual major. I mean, we might do something bigger if like Max XP moves to a bigger venue. Like, we might do something special for that. But like,
there's the Irish thing, Celtic Throwdown's coming up.
that is a tournament you should all go to.
I have been invited to it, and I have no way of getting to it.
Is it Freshers Week?
Yeah.
What uni are you going to make?
Harriet Watt.
Good choice. So you're moving into Edinburgh then?
Yes.
I expect to see you every Tuesday night.
I expect to see
6 p.m. and onwards.
He is converting to RDE.
We've got your shirt. I'll get it lined up, mate. You're going to have your name on the back. Like, you're in there, buddy. You're in there. That'll be really cool to have you, man. It'll be cool to have you. Yeah, Celtic Throwdown is an event which I've recently just discovered that I can go to. Kirsten and I are off on holiday to Ireland, and she's cool to chill out in Dublin while I go and play video games with nerds for 2 days. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Yeah.
I was meant to go. because I do talk to the Irish players quite a lot, especially Jonte, Fox name. But the reason I can't go, money, passports and stuff. Someone mentioned something about passports and don't need one. I don't know.
Just have a read on it, man. You'll be able to sort it out. Like, I'm sure you'll be able to go.
It's just money, though. It's the main
Yeah,
problem
of
for me.
course, of course. One of the main reasons I want to go is because a lot of the boys from Ireland came over to House Bond.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
we
it's
got a
like-
good turnout.
Yeah, man, you got to show the love back. So I think Fraser's gone. Is he? Is he left?
Oh, he left a while ago.
Alright, okay. I thought I chatted him into oblivion. Yeah, but do I have the floor momentarily, David? Do I have a second to say thank you to people for coming to Armour?
Armour
Alright.
was great. Armour was great, by the way. Thanks for hosting that.
No worries, bro.
As bad as my performance was, though.
You still
But,
made what, top 4?
I got fourth still. I was quite
Yeah,
happy.
fourth place.
I was quite happy.
Yeah.
I still made the whole losers run bracket.
Yeah.
I had that to go home and be happy about. But like the rest of the day was just kind of, I was tired and stuff. But
Yeah, man.
oh well.
Sounds like a tournament experience, like that you.
It was a tournament
Probably
experience,
learn from-
and it was a new experience in a sense. I had a really early losers bracket run in a game I'm usually not in a losers bracket.
Yeah.
So,
And that's maybe the second multi-game event that you've been to.
what, like major?
Yeah, majorly. I suppose that's flattering that you call it that. It was a large. I'd say it was large. I don't know if I would.
I would consider it large-ish. I mean, we had the English players come down or up,
Yeah.
I should say.
Yeah.
I would consider it somewhat large. Yeah,
I'd say
good
it was
players
a
come
good
up.
one. It was a good one. I don't know how many multi-game events you've been to.
Nah, I've not been to a lot, I believe.
Yeah, so the more of them you can get under your belt, the better, because there's going to be plenty of them featuring Smash 4 in the future, I would suggest.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good experience to have for sure. But yeah, I just want to say thank you very much to those that are listening just now and watching for coming out to the event. We put a hell of a shift in to get it to happen. And also cheers to David, of course. David, I haven't even caught up with you, man, since the event.
No, I think we've both just been ridiculously busy.
Yeah, man, it's been a good time. Like, we're doing this thing at the weekend as well, the Festival Arcade, and that's on the evening of your event.
Yeah.
So you're doing something during the day, we're doing something at night. And if anyone's Edinburgh bound, I would encourage them to come check it out. It's just games and music in a club, which should be really, really fun.
Yeah, same place the Street Fighter thing was.
Yeah,
right?
same place the Street Fighter gig was, which was awesome. But yeah, thank you to David, obviously, for putting in a hell of a shift and running Smash 4. I've heard from like majority of people that Smash 4 was probably the most tightly run tournament out of the lot. So you can give yourself and Thomas, and you had, who else was helping you? Patrick.
Faker? Was not Faker not helping with streaming stuff as well?
Faker was the tech man. He was there all day. But you guys, it's like specifically ran Smash 4. Gave us a lot of good matches up on the stream. Your tournament ran incredibly smooth. It was really, really good. It was really, really cool.
It ran a lot faster than I thought it was going to as well. So I was happy about that.
Yeah.
We were in top 8 within like 3 hours or something.
Yeah. Which is ridiculous for a Smash game, because they tend to take a long time, right? Like, some matches can take a while.
It depends on the players most of the time as well. Some players are just like not aware on how to kill people.
That's true. Also, thanks to you and Pidgey for not taking part in the Rush in Edinburgh versus like the rest of the UK or whatever it was, or the rest of Scotland.
I took part in that. I took part in that.
Did you take part in that?
I played Falcon in it. Did you not hear?
No, I didn't. I just presumed that by you guys not entering, that was the only reason that we were able to win that. Like, Rushdown won it.
Oh, you just played well. I'll get hands.
Oh, so there's a story.
Well.
There's a story behind this. So it was meant to be 5 versus 5, and then we were like, oh, was it one of the Edinburgh players like disappeared for like 5 minutes? And then we were like, oh well, like we'll get a new person in, and then he just showed up again. So we're like, oh, we'll just make it 6 versus 6.
Oh, the classic.
And of course, the 6th player on the Edinburgh team beats the 6th player on the Glasgow team to like take it. But if it was 5 versus 5, we would have won. So
that's a schoolboy. Like, you never extend it. When we were getting thrashed, Edinburgh were getting thrashed. It was 6-1.
Oh yeah, I saw
We were
that.
on the cusp of defeat, and it was like okay, and the boys are coming over to me being like, oh, if you let me play, then I'm sure I could beat this guy. It's like, yeah, but then we have to go from like 77 to 88 to 99, and when does it stop? It kind of loses its legitimacy. So we decided to like just stay true to our 77, and obviously like,
powered through like.
that's when I had to get up. I was like, right, let's do this, and it was fun. The reason why I love that kind of format of event, like, and something that I hope we can keep doing it, like events like Arma, if we do another one, is it's just an absolute. You just get to cut loose. Like you work your ass off all day, you work your ass off in the months building up to the event, and then you can just like enjoy that moment because that's just like, you get loud, you swear at each other, and then you hug it out at the end. So everyone's friends at the end, but just for that moment, it's like really enjoyable chaos. So that was a really nice payoff for me for the whole day. And those boys, like the guys that run Street Fighter, know how to make noise. So they make.
Oh, I love Street Fighter,
I recorded,
including Janitor. I love Janitor as well. Hilarious.
Janitor he's the heartbeat, man. He's the heartbeat.
This is one of a kind.
I actually was recording it using my tablet, and like so much noise was coming from Street Fighter, like crazy.
Yeah, it's worth watching it back, man. After you said you watched it, you can check it out, man. It's on the YouTubes and all the rest of it. So definitely check it out. I'm interested to know
Street
what
Fighter top.
Oh, after you.
So I was gonna say Street Fighter Top 4 is really good as well. Like,
That's a solid watch. Yeah, it's a really good watch.
especially the Rufus Ultra that the guy ran into.
That was Brian, yeah. So that's a weird sort of. I would use a Smash term in jankiness to explain that his hitbox for his Ultra, even if he's facing the wrong way from you, if you go close to it, it'll scoop you up and he'll get the final hit, and it's worth like 120 damage. But more than the 120 damage is the sheer humiliation of being hit by it. So you definitely, and it's something that you either know or you don't. Like you never get hit with it again. And CJ's reaction on the commentary was just like brilliant. And I have to hand it to Faker again because one thing he's getting really good at now is switching around on the camera. So like, he's good at capitalizing on when something exciting is happening outside of the game. So I had my hands in my head, or my head in my hands, like, oh my god, and then he just I didn't realize that he put the camera on me, and I'm just like, I'm absolutely devastated for Brian. So
that happened to Brian as well. I remember Brian told us later on. He's like, "Oh, by the way, the stream went on to me throwing the controller on the ground, and I just waved at the camera like, oh, innocently."
Yeah, he's busted. Like we've got.
Oh my God.
He was never going to talk us about that one because we've got camera footage, man. There's
like slammed his controller, and he just realized.
Yeah.
He's
Video
on
evidence.
stream, and he's like, "Hi guys."
Yeah. Hey man, he had to do it, didn't he? The best thing about that though was that it hit Brad, and Brad was just like.
Oh, Bradley always gets hit by his controller. Bradley always complains to me
Brad
about
just
that.
takes it, yeah.
He takes it like a champ. He was like that like a year. He says like a year or two ago he got hit. I think Brian threw a stick or something at him in the leg, and I was just like, what? A stick? That's hard. Brad's legs.
Brad does nothing but dole out hugs to people, man. He's all love, and then he gets controllers thrown at him. He just doesn't deserve it.
I give him hugs all the time.
I'm interested to know how you're feeling about the game right now, Jack.
Smash 4.
Yeah, not in terms of a balance, just like your motivation.
Motivation-wise, I was talking about it earlier. I've actually been getting kind of bored of the game, sadly.
Yeah.
As I was saying earlier, I was watching Brawl footage, and I actually had more fun like looking at Brawl recently. Reason for that was because I realized recently, Toon Link's kind of getting bland to me in Smash 4 now. He's not as diverse as he felt in Brawl, and the cast in Smash 4 in general really rely on just doing bread and butter combos, which kind of disappoints me now. Like 80% of the cast will have a down throat up air, and I'm like, eh. But motivation-wise, to actually keep playing the game, keep me at the top when I am, I just, the fact I'm at the top or considered at the top, that's like motivation in itself for me to keep playing and keep that kind of title. When I'm below, I'm still motivated. I'm a guy who really enforces playing to win, so I want to be like the best at the game. It's still a game. I enjoy it still, but there's days where I just cannot be bothered with it. Like,
it's alright to take a day off. Right.
Yeah, I keep getting told this. Like, Jack, just take a day off, and I'm just like, oh.
Take a week off, man. Like there's times I would get really hung up on Street Fighter, and I would just not play the game for ages. And then you come, like I remember this one tournament. It was called Free in the Dean. It was the Aberdeen tournament, Graham and I went up there just to hang out. Really, we hadn't seen each other in ages, and I asked him like, "Have you been playing the game?" And he's just like, "Nah, man, I haven't touched it for months." And we are both the same, and we were both grand finalists at that tournament. And you had like Milligano there, you had some of the other like top Scottish players, and we were just like fist pumping in grand finals, like, yeah, we're the best, we're the absolute best. And we had no idea how we got there, but it's like sometimes just taking a break from something.
Breaks usually help, yeah. I mean, I've been feeling the opposite. Usually in Brawl, I would take breaks, like, because, you know, like, I had like 5-year experience in Brawl. If I took breaks in that game, I'd come back like a week later, like, feeling better. Smash 4 seems to be the opposite for me sometimes. It's like, what? I've got worse.
Oh, yeah,
it turns out people are getting better at the game at the same time, though, so it's like a mix of it.
It's interesting that you think that that Toon Link isn't diverse enough for you, because when I watch you play him, I'm like, I'm struggling to keep up with what you can do with that character.
You should see Broughton Link. His projectile game in Brawl is even more ridiculous.
Is it mental?
He could shoot 2 arrows at one short hop really quickly.
So is it technically more challenging to play Toon Link in Brawl than it is in Smash 4?
Oh, that's difficult to say. Right. Brawl.
Like, briefly then, if you can.
I'm gonna say it like this: Brawl Toon Link is more technical. Smash 4 Toon Link has harder tech, in my opinion.
Oh, that's interesting. That's it. So which is more engaging for you to play Brawl, in other words? Is that what you feel?
I like Brawl because the tech in Brawl is really hilarious. Like, there's a glitch with Toon Link. How he does the short hop double arrow thing. Mm-hmm. There's a thing, if you land and do an arrow but press the direction away from it, Toon Link shoots the arrow and gives the illusion that he shot it out of his back. So it's like facing that way, and the arrow went behind him.
That's cool.
It's just like, there's just really funny things in Brawl that I like about it. It just makes me think. I love it. But then, of course, I got patched, you know, in Smash. Well, it wasn't in there in the beginning, but it was going to get patched because it was it was like an animation cancel thing, and we got rid of all that in, you know, Smash 4. So it was going to happen, and I wasn't too disappointed in that. I remember, like, when I first picked up 3DS, I was like, right, we're just going to look at all the tech he has in this game, and I found out one of the techs I use in Brawl, or used to, how you throw a bomb behind you and then re-catch it. They made that significantly easier, which I was surprised in. That was kind of interesting, and I used to mess around with that a lot in the early days, and then I was like, okay, that's kind of cool, but then I started to realize people could just shield that, and then I get grabbed, it's like, well, nuclear is not that safe.
Wait, sorry, man. I'm just worried that I'm sidetracking you, David, right now.
I'm kind of going on that.
Are we freestyling? Matthew, I want to ask you a question, man.
Oh.
Go ask him.
Do you rock the DDD? Do you play DDD, or is it just a t-shirt? Like, what's going on?
No, I play DDD.
Is he even viable?
No.
Right, okay. So who do you play tournaments in?
Herbie?
DDD.
Right, okay. So you're entering tournaments with a non-viable character. I'm just adding these up, and I'm getting bodied, is the answer.
Is DDD the Honda of Smash 4?
Come on, man. Let me just tell you, that can't be true, because
Honda doesn't carry a hammer.
Honda is godlike. Well, he's not, but he's really good. He's good. He's not godlike, but he's good.
Yeah, DDD just doesn't have frame data that's good at all, ever, so he just can't stand up.
So they haven't buffed him or anything like that, Matt?
Hmm?
You know there was no buffs in the recent patch?
No, he's never been buffed. He's only been nerfed, actually. That's an interesting fact.
I thought they did something to his down throw. Did they not do something to his down throw?
Not confirmed. It feels a little different, but it's not really. Knockback changes are a bit.
You're lying. They did change something in the recent most patch. His final smash.
Here's something I'm interested in, right? Like, do you think that if Smash Ball was to appear on the stage, or the relative tournament viable stages, if it was to appear like in a fixed and predictable location based on the clock, do you think that it would be acceptable to use it in
I think Final Smash. I think I've mentioned this before. I don't know where else I mentioned it, but I said before, if Smash Balls worked like, you know, Super Meters do in Ultra, whatever, or Ultra Meters, whatever they call them, I'd not, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know my Ultra Street Fighter.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
If Final Smashes worked like that, I feel like they would be really interesting in Smash, because then, like, you'd actually have to work to get your, like, really strong attack.
Yeah. Yeah. But then you've got Marth, and then I'm just like, oh,
wow. Marth. Is Marth not like the only Final Smash that kills at 0%?
Yes.
So that's the problem, really, for me, isn't necessarily the means by which you get these like special attacks. It's how distinct they are to the characters and how ineffective they are for some tournament formats. Like in a team game, some of the final smashes would be awesome, but there would be some characters that would just be outright written off because their final smash.
Sonic's busted with his final smash. His lasts forever.
Yeah. Is that where he goes like supersonic or whatever? And he
just, he's like supersonic. He just like flies left to right. He's unavoidable.
I played in the 3v3 tournament where we had final smashes on. I was on a team with 2 Sonics, and like they kept getting the final smashes, and like it's really good, but like it's really hard to like. It's like really unwieldy, I guess would be the best way of putting it. So killing your teammates is actually a thing that's quite common.
What's Pikachu? Is Pikachu's the same, where he kind of goes in this blue ball and he's all over the place?
You can control it more than what you could in Brawl. Brawl, it was like so hard to control.
Brawl was comical. It was comically bad.
Yeah. Smash 4, they added like a tiny blue ball that like tracks where you're going with Pikachu, and it follows the blue ball thing.
Yeah.
So they made it slightly more easier to use, but I don't think it's that great for Final Smash. If I was to put a tier list of Final Smashes, who would be top? Marth would probably be number 1 under Lucina.
Marth would probably be.
Isn't Fox kind of dumb? Like.
Landmaster's quite good actually, because if you just get someone on top of the Landmaster, you could just fly all the way to the top and it Star KOs them.
Len's Wolf coming back, I want that shit.
So, I mean, the thing about Landmaster, it sucks in teams though, because like
it's really easy.
Because like you just kill your teammates really easily, and like your teammates while you're in Landmaster are fighting a 3v2. So you're getting like thrown into your teammate's tank that's killing you.
The one Final Smash that just sucks in teams though is Jigglypuff.
I was just about to say, I think Jigglypuff would be awful because we're always playing on large stages. Like you go in Hyrule and like Flam Jam will do like a Final Smash that's like top rate of Hyrule, and then everyone just goes to the bottom left and avoids it.
Yeah.
I want to ask you some quick fire questions based on the tournament series that David's been running. So, for example, like who do you find the most threatening?
Most threatening?
Jack, who's your most threatening opponent?
In Battlefield.
In Battlefield.
Right. Well, obviously Pidgey's always going to be up the top, but I'll go into Glasgow players first. Ken, 8va, obviously, super good Sonic. He's been improving like every time I go back up there. I was mentioning earlier when we were talking about doubles how he's really good at just like knocking someone off stage and then quickly just running over to the other side to knock the other guy off stage.
Yeah.
He's good at that. So Ken's a very good Sonic. In terms of other.
Yeah. So you'd say Pidgey and Ken for like in terms of like your tiers. Who's like who's your bogey guy though? Like someone that might not necessarily be winning or getting top 8 all the time, but somebody that you just like when you sit down to play them, you're a bit like. I'm not 100% confident. Like for example, for me, even though Big Fool is a top tier player, I also play a character that completely counters his. Like I play Honda, and I should be able to beat his character again, really straightforwardly. But there's something about when I play David that like.
So
I already have this element of I could lose this, and I'm a bit anxious.
It's just like when I've got a bad matchup, so I know I'm about to play someone with a bad matchup for me.
Yeah. It doesn't necessarily have to be like matchup related, but for whatever reason, there's like a person that's in the venue when you play them. You're always like, I hate playing this guy. I know I can beat him.
I hate playing this guy, right? Okay, let me give me a second to think about who I hate playing.
Right, well, Matthew, I will ask the same question to you right now.
I will think about it.
Have you got one, mate? You should have known, man. I was coming at you with this question. The answer should be ready to go.
I have one.
Go on then, David. Go on then.
Monk.
It's not me, is it?
Oh, no, Monk's Mario.
Who's?
Just Monk in general. Any game I play Monk in, I will lose.
Monkey.
There's just something about the guy. I just can't beat him. Like
sometimes
I'll have close stats, but I'll never beat him, and it's frustrating.
Right, okay.
Because he's like, I was talking to him. He's the guy that like doesn't know anything about the game he plays. So he doesn't know frame data. He doesn't like know matchups very well. But he just like has this like way that he plays where it's just like he just reads you and like beats you.
Yep. There's definitely, I think everybody has, and some people unfortunately have like more than one of those types of opponents where they just like something about the way that your mentality is against theirs. They do things which just frustrates you instantly, and it can get its own momentum. So when you sit down to play them again, you're still thinking about that last set that you ran, even if it was like a month ago. You're like, oh shit, this guy, I don't know what he's going to do. I can never predict him. I'd say Big Fool is that guy for me, and also Luke. There's a guy called Luke. He goes by the name Dr. Sloan. He plays Zangief, and he's scary. He's scary. So I'll come back to you, Jack, mate. You ready?
I think I'm ready, alright. So I've categorized it into these kind of small list of characters and people who play them. So the Sonic mains I really hate playing. So like Ken, I'd mind them as much because I'm used to fighting them. Then you've got Jordan. I don't really mind playing him, but it's Sonic and I hate fighting Sonic. And he can do things that are annoying with Sonic that annoy me, and I'm just like, God damn it. So I happily 2-0'd him the most recent event. I was like, good, that's out of my system.
Get it done. Yeah, exactly.
It's like, it's out of my system. It's like, because I was kind of happy to like get him in bracket. I was like, yes, I get to have like this chance where I can 2-0 him, and be like, yeah, I've still got this. Sheik mains are also a big annoyance.
Okay. So you're good. Yeah. So characters.
There's a few people who main Sheik. There's a few Dundee players maining Sheik. Rom, Julp, and I think that's it. But they two are kind of scary to face in tournament as well, just because Sheik's got that factor of being annoying, and they're really experienced in fighting Toon Link now, so they know how to fight me.
Yeah.
They seem to underperform like in the whole bracket otherwise though, because like I've been telling them like it's time to start learning matchups now, because that seems to be like their setback. And then of course you've got DG, who I've not actually played him like in a while in bracket, but it's Sheik, so I'll probably have to worry about DG in a while when he comes across. And then Muppet Duck Hunt is a very weird character to fight. He nearly actually took me out at Armageddon Brown Losers. It was like last hit.
Wow, that's exciting stuff.
That was exciting stuff. And I when I won, I was just like, I totally don't deserve this right now. I'm playing like absolute nonsense.
Man, sometimes like just getting a win though is all that matters. Like it can be as scrappy as you like, just get the job done. Like, that's your made overwhelming positive in matches like that. You're definitely just like, oh shit, I'm so glad I got through that.
So anyone that kind of plays rushdown characters are difficult for me to fight against. So.
Actually, I think if I was going to think of a Smash 4 equivalent, even though I don't really consider myself to be, I don't really main the game or anything like that. I still come for the tourneys, I enjoy it. But when I play Jordan myself, I'm like, I always feel like fundamentally, I have him, and I've got a lot more experience in fighting games, and I kind of know what he's going to do. But the most frustrating thing is that I don't really understand Sonic and the punish game with Sonic. So even though I'm like, okay, this guy's going to do these things to me, like I know it's coming.
He's going to spin dash into your shield. He's going to jump out of it, and you know to coming up here, but he's going to spring you after it.
All these things, like it's the most frustrating thing losing to that when you know what's coming, you can't beat it, and like. I don't know, when I play 8-Val, I'm very much just like, this guy's of the tier, he fits into the tier category, he's like, just technically a way, much, I think he's much smarter than me at the game as well. And I'm not saying that Jordan isn't, but I feel like we're on a much more level playing field when we play each other. It's just the character knowledge that
I don't think Jordan would be offended by that, because I know when Jordan plays 8-Val, like he just loses, and like he knows that
he accepts it. He's like, yeah,
he actually switches off Sonic sometimes, I think, even though like he doesn't really have a second character.
I remember he used to have a Falcon at one point. Like I'm pretty sure.
Everybody had a Falcon at one point.
Mate,
I have a Falcon now.
I've still got a Falcon.
I have a Falcon now, and it is goddamn scary. I have been saying this the past few weeks now. People are like getting kneed left and right, and it's just the best.
Matthew, who are your players in that you're not a fan of?
Okay, well, players I really hate playing against are Lewis, because he's from up here, and I don't know what it is about him. Like, I feel like I can at least like get a hit in on most people. He plays like Ness and Lucas, which I can usually win the matchup, but he just 2-stocks me, like JV 3-stocks me every game. I don't know what it is, because I beat people who beat him consistently, and he says that I'm better than him, but he just JV 3s me every game. I still can't handle it. He's 2-0'd me from every tournament we've met.
Yeah, the mental block.
I was going to say, I'm kind of surprised that no one said me because I'm an annoying projectile spammer.
Yeah, I was going to say you, but I feel like that's more than that you're just better at the game than me. I just remember we've met in tournament twice, I think, and I remember the last. Tried some jack shite.
I remember the last set vividly, and you just looked so upset after it because you had no idea how to deal with projectiles, and you're a large character, and when you're a large character, you've got a bad shield. It's not fun playing a large character against projectile spammers.
Yeah.
So
Other than that, I was gonna say Jordan as well, but only because of one time I played him. It was right after Charizard got buffed. We were on Duck Hunt. We were 100%. I had managed to get a grab. I was under the tree, and then I hit forward throw, and I never forgive myself. Saddest day of my entire life.
I'm just gonna tell you now, ban Duck Hunt against Sonic because Jordan.
No, I was winning that matchup. Let me tell you.
No, right? Jordan and 8va absolutely just I don't know actually. 8va probably doesn't love the stage, but they will pick it anytime you don't ban it. It's like at hype spotting. I had 8va.
I picked that stage. Let me tell you that.
At hype spotting, we were on main stage for losers semis, I think it was, or no, it was losers quarters, and I had 8va, and it's just like, what do you ban, Jack? And I'm like, you know what I'm banning. And Jordan was on the stage like coaching 8va, and they both just kind of looked at me like, he's going to ban Duck Hunt. It's like, I'm banning that. I'm not going there. Because that is like the one reason I lost a game to Jordan before. I didn't ban Duck Hunt, and then he picked it, and I was just like, what is this stage? All the ducks are blocking my projectiles, and I'm just like, what?
I'm interested to know. Oh, sorry to interrupt. I'm interested to know to what extent, in comparison to that of Melee, the stage, the rock paper scissors has as an influence. Not to go too heavy into what stages should or should not be permitted in tournaments, but currently in the current meta of the game and the rule set that we're running in Scotland, like how influential is winning RPS, and do you feel like it's a game changer? Like an outright game changer, or do you feel like it's maybe just, you know, if there was going to be a percentage split of favoritism as to who's going to win a set based on RPS, is it 60-40, is it 70-30, is it 80-20?
In terms of...
Sorry?
In terms of... Oh, go on.
I think it's character dependent.
Yeah.
Well, there's that, and plus, right, we were just going on a bit. So neutral stages is now the 5-stage ban list. I think, personally, RPS is kind of favourable for you to win it now. Before, it didn't matter, because, you know, it was 3 stages, you lost, it's like, cool, you're still going to ban one each, no matter what. But in a stages list of 5, where, what was it, 1, 2, 3 stages, Town and City, Dreamland, and Battlefield, all favour vertical kills. And there's like, usually a high chance you're going to go to one of them 3 stages, even though people love Smashville and pick it a lot. So say in a scenario where you win and you want to ban these vertical stages, you get to ban one, you'll ban, say, Battlefield. They'll probably realise you don't want to... if you ban Battlefield, you're going to ban Dreamland, so they'll probably avoid banning that or something. They'll pick, say, FD and Smashville. So you're left with Dreamland, you're left with, what did I say, Town and City. So Town and City is maybe there, but actually I'd probably put you in a losing scenario then. maybe you should lose RPS on purpose. There's many scenarios in like 5
I mean,
states.
out of interest, how do you feel about the current 5 over the previous 3?
I like it a lot. Even though it does favour vertical kills like Zero Suit and anyone that has an up B out of shield that is monstrously good. I like it a lot, but as long as we start implementing a 2 ban for counter picks.
Yeah, I mean that's the other thing. Actually, I didn't mention about this upcoming event was that we're best of 3s or 2 bans.
Anyway, we're not going to touch the rule set right now. We're good with that.
You've had a long chat already. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to dig up.
Well, I mean, just to like let people know who are watching, that it's 2 bans for best of 3 and 1 ban for best of 5.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, because for me it's like I just do the RPS for me it's just a handshake. Like it doesn't really, because I'm not fully in tune with what it means to me as a player with my character. I don't have enough experience within the game as a player to really appreciate it. I understand it from a Teal perspective, I think, and the discussion is ongoing with stages. But I am always interested as to like how much pressure there is on players with an RPS, and it's like, is there any other way that we can like change that so that it's not RPS, but it still facilitates the same importance? Because to dictate or to maybe even threaten how a match is going to unfold with something as I don't know, something like rock paper scissors. it seems a bit ridiculous, right? What's at stake, and then you're playing RPS for it. But I know it's been, I don't mean to throw the entire integrity of Smash into
RPS is total mind control. Haven't you heard?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's like,
I got the hard read.
I love it when you see two players sit down and they're like, they just can't handle like the RPS. It's
Actually, is Deku not
What am I going to do?
Deku not from RDE?
Yes.
Funny story. At last event, we picked Rock 7 times in a row.
That for me is the match. And I think more
This was like rock paper scissors, rock paper scissors, rock paper scissors, rock, and it eventually went to him picking paper. I was like, damn it.
more streams should broadcast the RPS. I think there should be. It should have its own overlay. Faker, if you're watching this, I'm sure you are. Then you need to make this happen, man. There needs to be explosions in the background. Someone needs to get guillotine, Photoshop their head falling on the floor. Like it needs all that.
I'm sure Alex will want to do that. He loves doing his meme stuff.
Yeah.
The crowd can get behind it as well sometimes. It's really good.
Yeah.
Like if you have like the camera focused on it, like, and if it's going for a while, like people get hype about that. Like,
I think Deku heard about my super secret RPS strats is just picking rock. Apparently there's like something, I don't know. Taranuk told me this thing, but basically because you say scissors last, people are more inclined to pick scissors. So he always picks rock.
A wise melee player once told me, it goes by the name of Shifting Shadows. He was like, let me give you some tournament advice. He was like, just go rock every time.
There you go, guys.
Go rock every time. I was like, okay, cool.
Pass that advice on to
A million, yeah, and then he's telling everybody that, and then he's smashing them with paper every time. Like, that's pretty much how it's going.
That's also a mix-up. It's like,
that's why he's the Ellie champ, man. I've figured him out. If it wasn't for RPS, I'd have bodied him like time and time again.
Do you play Falcon and Melee as well, actually?
No, I play Doc, man. I play Doc. Not very well. I love playing it, man. I love it. Actually, like, if I ever get time, I like to just sit down and play Josh, just because it's like the front row seat to getting absolutely smashed and just appreciating like how good he is at that game. He just styles on me. I'm just like, please, man, express yourself. Express yourself on my Dr. Mario. Do whatever you feel is necessary.
How did you feel at Granite City Comic Con when we did our Falcon duels, actually?
It was a pretty special moment, mate.
That was a pretty moment. And then your most momentous up B Wayne the Blast Zone that killed me, and I was just like, oh.
Did you save the replay? Because I haven't seen the upload. I'm a bit offended, man.
I don't think we saved the replay, but Pidgey hasn't uploaded it.
That's awkward.
That's on his part to do that.
It'll be deleted now because of the patches.
Oh shit! I reckon he's got it on DVD. He's gonna sell it to me for like 20 quid at the next event or something like that.
On DVD.
He knows I'll buy it as well. He knows I'll pay money.
Jakobin secretly gets distracted by a falcon.
It was fun. It was fun.
I loved it.
Matches are great.
Real talk though, me and DG did Falcon Duels at Battlefield. It was so funny what happened. So Gimbal called on me. I don't know if Gimbal knows what happened. I just know. You probably do because you were watching the server when it happened. Do you remember?
No.
You might not remember what happened. Basically what happened was, right, Gimbal goes, right, Jack, you've got a game win. Okay, let me finish this combo. I did like a back air, dash grab, down throw, into knee, which would have killed him, but I paused on the frame I need him. So I had like,
No way.
the thunder, and DG's just like, I'll let you do that on purpose. It's like,
So, actually, is this a thing that you can do in Smash? Is pausing legal at appropriate moments?
No.
Is it not like pausing is not a sign of styling? So if you've got a guy and you're smashing him and you give him the knee and it's apparent that he's being kneed in the face, can you hit pause and be like, yo, I've got you?
Pauses are legal, I think, if
the other player doesn't mind it, I guess.
And then it would like end the game. If the game is over, the pause is legal, I think.
Yeah, it's like a gentleman's thing. Like if you know you're gonna lose, people would accept a pause that like to be styled on. I mean, like the most famous moment was it Brawl, and like the guy not only paused.
Oh, I know who you're on about. And oh god, it's Esam's brother. I know who you're on about. What's his name? Nick Riddle. Nick Riddle. Was he playing Bowser?
Yeah, he broke the shield with Bowser's side smash.
I think it was Project M. He does like a fully charged forward smash into because his shield broke him. The moment he lands the forward smash, he pauses, takes a snapshot, and pauses the game. It's so good.
Yeah.
But Nick Riddle's Nick Riddle's famous for doing stuff like that. Like he taunts in real life, literally in the middle of his games.
I think it's because I saw a highlight reel of Croft playing. He's back from
Oh yeah.
Oh, the
Where he
salt
dropped
shake
off and did a
dance.
little dance. That was amazing.
Was that against Rolex?
There's
Yeah.
pauses everywhere in that video, and I'm just
That was
like,
a money match. Yeah, that was a money match.
I would just be. Surely you can just say, well, I take that round. You pause the game.
Because what happened was, what happened in that highlight, I believe it was, he down throwed him, but he also had a mine planted on him. And like, because you know, PM's a game where you're more likely going to have combos, and you know you're going to land it because of the hit stun. He did like the down throw and then just went like, he pressed
Yeah,
down,
he does it. Yeah,
and he shakes the camera around and he does the dance.
Yeah. Genius,
Smash
yeah.
4, you can't do that because like if you do a down throw with Falcon, you go into knee. Like they could potentially air dodge it, and if you pause and they air dodge it, that's not only embarrassing on yourself, but you probably just lost yourself a stock for trying to be an ass.
Quite rightly as well. Quite rightly. Yeah.
I wonder if that's why the hit lag on knee is so long in Smash 4.
So you can like
You get the
Yeah.
opportunity to pause the game.
I like that how knee is much harder to land off down throw now. It's less guaranteed than in melee, for example. In melee, there's like knees are guaranteed on some setups, right? The hit stun is such that it's like whatever your DI is, I've pretty much got you here.
There's really good ways to get it in Smash 4 though, especially
Yeah,
if
you
people
can do it
air
off
dodge.
with a slide. You can do it off the sliding dash grab. I think it's guaranteed at certain percents if you slide with the grab. Like you down throw while you're still in motion, you can still get an E out of that.
This is something that's kind of interesting that I could bring up then actually, of importance that people can learn. Conditioning, I don't know if people know what that actually means, but it means to like, say, I'll just give you an example with my Falcon. If I down throw someone and I go to knee them instantly and they air dodge it, they're going to be thinking, he's going to go for that again the next time I try that. So
Yeah.
I do it one more time and I'm like, oh, I failed the knee again, whatever. Third time, they air dodge it, I wait the air dodge, I knee it.
Yeah.
I've been doing that a few times recently, and they get so embarrassed when I hit them with it. They're like, "Did he just hit me with that?" And I'm just like, I just recently uploaded a video on my YouTube channel. It was against Scarfell, and the title is literally "How to Play Falcon 101. Don't air dodge."
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah, I was doing that with Roy a lot. It's like if Roy's down throw, you can follow up with an up air and it's a 50-50, and if you air dodge, no, you can land a charge forward smash.
Yeah,
That's what I've been
I've seen
doing.
people do that. I've seen people do that as well.
That's tasty.
Never
It kills
air
them
dodge
like
against
50.
Roy down throw.
It's the
You
funniest.
never air dodge against Roy's down throw.
Yeah, just
Don't
jump
air dodge
away.
against Roy.
Just jump away. It's not worth it.
I think conditioning is something that a lot of players are new to competitive games, gaming and Smash in particular, might not be familiar with the concept, but they'll be doing it naturally. So they'll be like, oh, I can do this thing, and then it makes them do this thing. It's like, yeah, there's a word for that. It's just conditioning. So I think there'll be a lot of players that are probably aware of it, but just.
I'm just kind of glad I got that, because then, you know, it's like, hey, there's a 101 lesson with
Yeah.
yeah, boy, yeah.
That is a perfect example of how to condition somebody to doing things like that. And like Street Fighter is like we're constantly talking about Pan 10 because everyone's getting conditioned left and right, man. It's head and shoulders all over the place. We're constantly referring to hair products for conditioning.
So there you go, Falcon mains. If you want to know how to land your knee, just make sure your guy's air dodging.
Simple as that. Yeah, actually, Pidgey was getting frustrated when we ran a set once because he was just like, you keep air dodging and I keep punishing you and you're not doing it.
He seems to struggle against Falcons. I don't know what it is. Every time I watch him play a Falcon, he seems to struggle. I remember Shifting Shadows nearly beating the Granitus at A2.
Yeah, that was cool. Thing is, you probably haven't watched him play my Falcon because that's over so fast. Like you're blinking, it's done. So I wouldn't say that he struggles against all the Falcons. Like,
Does he do well against you?
Yeah, he's an example of somebody that like has a good read on me. I think he catches them quick to my habits with Falcon because I've only got so many cards that I can play with that game right now. I'd love to put more time into it, but like events are my obsession just now, so I'll pursue that over the game whenever I can.
Yeah.
But that's why this month has been fun. Like I've actually played a little bit of Smash just in some spare time and messed around. Like I'm a training mode fiend. I love going into training mode, which is one of the most depressing things for me when I play in tournaments or when I play friendlies, casuals, whatever, is DI because everything DI just ruins everything. Like I've gone into training mode, I've sat there for like an hour, I've got all these things, I've got these amazing combos, I'm going to do them all, and everyone's going to be like, yay, I'm going to be in a highlight reel, I'm going to be the boss, and then DIs happen, and
This is what happens when I play Palutena, right? So you get the players who know what DI is, and you get the players who don't know what DI is. So if I'm playing a player who doesn't know what DI is, I'm going to get kills like really easily from our down throw hally-hoo-ha, as they call it. You know, Diddy Kong 2-ha. Then you have the players who DI, like say I'm down throwing them and I'm facing right. They DI out, I can't do anything about it, and then it becomes hard for her to even kill at all.
Yeah.
Which makes my Palutena a fraud.
It's a heartbreaker when you deal these combos and then you go in. Because in Street Fighter, it's like, okay, if I get a jump in, this guy's in hit stun, but he can't DI. You can't just like float over to the other side of the screen. as cool as that may or may not be. When you hit someone, that's it. They're locked in, and your combo is up to you to execute it. And there's no other kind of external factors that are going to change that. But DI is like it makes the game much more organic.
We're talking about how there's someone talking about like a melee. They were saying like Smash was better in melee, and we were just saying like you don't understand how much more deeper melee is, and like DI is one of the reasons why, because of how strong DI is. Smash 4 DI is not as strong, but it's in there. It still happens.
Yeah. It's simplified though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's simplified definitely.
Kind of. It's half and half. It was originally just vectoring, which was just the simplified.
And then it went to just
hold
DI.
direction code.
But the multi-hitting on the side of the stick, or like rolling the stick, that was something that was like unfamiliar to me. That was quite interesting.
Yeah, smash the eye. Yeah.
Like effectively, yeah, the smash the eye. That was really cool to learn.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen that technique before actually, where like you roll like the 3 notches on the side of the controller. Like,
yeah.
I only learned about that.
You guys all do it. You guys all use it.
I mean, what I do, if I'm getting hit by like Falco's, I'm getting my GameCube controller. Just to show what I do. Say I'm getting hit by Falco's multi-jab. If I'm getting hit by it and I want to go out of it, so say I'm being hit this way, I want to go away from it and also wiggle like that.
Yeah.
And if I do that, it'll make me fall out the jab easier, and it'll make it harder for the finisher to hit me.
So are there any situations like where it's better to DI inwards, to smash DI inwards towards the character?
Actually, there's one move I want to mention, Zero Suit. Her up B, people usually DI into it because they think, oh, like you just DI in when you're getting hit that way, because that's like how DI works in this game. No, you don't do that. You DI down, because if you DI
as far down as you can.
DI down, like, because you know that usually hits you like at the top. Well, if you DI, what am I doing? If you DI into it, you're still gonna go up, and you're gonna get star KO'd. You want to hold down, so you just go like flat. You'll still have like good DI for this part anyway. But you want to relatively hold down when you're getting hit by a move that usually hits you quite far up as well.
That's interesting.
I think it's Zero Suit's forward smash. I think if you smash DI in, like you can avoid.
Yeah, you can fall out the second.
Oh my god! Every time I hear that move, I just keep remembering Nairo complaining about Evo and how he kept dropping his forward smashes. He did it in a set against Shofu or something. And he's like, how did you avoid that? It's like, that's none of that zero nonsense. Oh, I did a frame perfect trick and I'd like SDI down to the left and like I did this. It's like, no, you didn't. You just got really lucky. But no, there's definitely a way to SDI out of it. I don't actually know myself. I'm not too scratched up on Zero Suit just now. But
you must be able to tell quite quickly based on just watching people's games, the way that they interact with DI and Smash DI is telling you a lot of information about how much they know about the game.
Yeah, it does.
For example, if you're watching a guy play a set, and you're like, who's this guy? I've never seen him play. Let's see if this guy knows what DI is or if he can do it. And maybe he misses one, but then he gets the next 3. You're like, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. If he doesn't get
Funny
it
story.
anytime, then you'll know that he's not a great player, sort of thing, right?
Funny story. When I first saw you play 3DS at Smash Beyond the Wall 2, I was kind of nervous about playing you.
Of course, man. That's natural. It's completely natural.
I think, did you not play Diddy Kong in 3DS for a bit?
No. I was always Captain Falcon, man.
Oh. Okay, there was a Diddy Kong I was kind of nervous about as well because it was Diddy Kong, and we were all worried about Diddy Kong. But I do remember seeing you play at a match or something, or I played you in a match, and I was just like, damn, he's actually quite good at it.
I was handy, man. I was handy on the 3DS because when the game first... The thing is, I was doing events, I was really getting into it at that point, and there was an event in London, and I needed an excuse to go down to London to meet the Nintendo guys. And there was the tournament, the 3DS qualifier, at Game in Edinburgh. And that's actually where I met Patrick. No, yes.
Alexander?
I met Bowie. Yeah, Bowie. I know Bowie well. But I forget. I always get JP and the other fella, the guy that commentated for us. Christ, how can I forget his name now? He's
It
dead
is
on.
Patrick. Yeah.
He's Patrick, right? And then
There's
JP.
numerous Patricks.
Because his Patrick is his middle name, isn't it?
Yeah, JP
No,
is
that's
Sean.
JP.
Yeah.
Middle name's-
Well, it was JP that was there, right? I met JP there as well, and I met Reyes. I met loads of the guys that ended up being part of the Smash 4 community, which was really, really cool. But I needed an excuse to get out to London, and then when I heard about this tournament, the TDS, I was like, sick. Bought the game day one. I went home and I rinsed Captain Falcon for like 6 hours, straight, and I learned as much as I possibly could. And those 6 hours are pretty much the same Captain Falcon that I have now. Like nothing has really changed. But
My
the
first
things that I learned
hours
that first 6
really
hours
is-
was like really, really, really important because I went and won that tournament. I then got to go down to London and then got to meet the Nintendo community reps, and I got in with them, and they helped us out with events up north. So it was a very worthwhile trip, learning those 6 hours of Captain Falcon. And that's probably why I was at a decent level when I played you way back at Smash Bros. On the Wall 2.
Oh, the funny thing is about you, Craig, is you're still like really highly seeded because, like, I don't know why, but you keep coming ninth, and
Yeah.
it's just like I
I'm
just
sure
keep
Alex
giving you
is
that
amazing.
seat.
Top 10, baby.
I don't know. Maybe people just struggle against Falcon. You know.
They do.
I
But
think it's
that-
fundamentals. Like, it's just reads are so crucial in this game.
Falcon hits like a truck. So.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, it's also a blessing for some people at Battlefield because they're going to be like, oh, this guy Craig seeded ninth somehow or whatever. So I've got him in my pool or whatever. Like, they're not going to be that worried because they know they can beat me, but they know that I've somehow managed to like gimmick my way up to being.
I feel the same way.
You should
If
never
I-
I'm
if
like
I-
second seed.
If I'm
in a
getting
pool.
seeding from just pure attendance, then like I'm doing okay. I think I'm like 50% of the battlefields I've managed to attend. I actually really want to go to an OSU. I missed this one because VSF was on and I was doing work for the festival arcade. But I know for a fact that I'm available for the next OSU, so I may not be at the next Battlefield. I hope to be, but if I can choose like between the two, I'll go and support the OSU guys and check out their melee scene because. Even I can't play the game worth shit. I love watching it, man. It's good stuff. So
And
I'll
I
be
was
there to check it
I
out.
was there on Saturday, and like they really seem to have like gotten themselves together and running a good event. So I'm like really happy for them because I was a little worried because I was doing like 90% of the work. Well, maybe I'm overblowing my influence there, but I was doing a lot of work.
No,
for the
I appreciate
OSU
that,
event.
man. I appreciate
I believe.
So when I dropped out, they were like, "Oh, well, like, what do we do now?" And they seem to have figured that out. So, like, I'm really
Yeah,
happy
man.
for them.
We probably had to run a couple to get the hang of it, but I don't think anyone would disagree with you when you say that you invested the most time into that baby. And it was actually really, I actually think from my perspective of running events a lot, it's quite hard to let go of things. It's quite hard to not want to keep your hand on something and be like, I want to be a part of this. Not because like you're necessarily like control freak style, but just because it's your baby, right? You don't want to let it go, and you want it to be successful. And I'm sure you want the melee guys to be successful. So it's like, I want to stay involved. I think it's really impressive, man, that you were able to like just be like, okay, I trust these guys. I'm sure they'll figure it out. I'm sure they'll do a good.
I don't
event.
think you should really worry about the melee boys though, because at the same time, when you think about it, they were playing the game when it was pretty much dead as well, with Brawl being around. Like, they're not going to stop playing the game. But event-wise, yeah, they probably had a bit of struggle, but that was expected because.
Yeah. I'm just thinking purely from an organizational point, not necessarily like the longevity or the health of the current. Like,
It's funny you say that though, because I only got to go for like the last 2 hours of this event, and like when the event was over, like Fraser was there and there's stuff to do, so I was just like, I'll help you pack up. So I spent like half an hour packing up anyway. Like everybody else had left. It was just like me and Fraser packing up. So like
Fun times.
it
That's-
stays with you. Like there's
Yeah.
always that feeling of like I need to stick around. But
Yeah, it's one of those things, man. It's actually, this is a bit more of a tangent, or rather than game-specific stuff. But in terms of like community-related discussion, like it's quite hard to convince the boys that are coming out to your event, the boys and girls, or whatever, that their input is like really, really essential. So like, what is for you like an hour of pack down could be 15 minutes if there was 3 more people there, and it's just like that physical effort. If it's like moving CRTs or whatever, it's all scalable. So it could be something like registration. If you have 2 people to help you registration, during registration, that job just gets done so much quicker. It's all just about like resource management. And I think that if there are guys, like, this is definitely a shout out to people that are interested. Just from my perspective, seeing people not really have the confidence to step up, like even if you're just remotely interested in helping out at tournaments, you should definitely speak to like guys like yourself and guys like me, because like I know for a fact if somebody came up to me and said, "Give me a job," like I could give them 10. I could give them 10 jobs, and they wouldn't.
One job I always go for is commentary. I just love
but that's amazing though, because sometimes you say, "Oh, I need someone to get on the mic," and nobody wants to do it. Like,
oh, I go on the mic. If anyone wants me on the mic, I'll do it. But then most of the time, I'm on the stream playing, so
yeah,
I'm doing a mix of it whenever I can.
I just love it when people come up to me and say, "Yeah, I want to do something," and I'm able to give them like a very, very straightforward, sometimes menial task. But if there's enough people that come up and like offer to do it, then jobs just get done so much faster. And it makes it. The thing is, why it's really good is because it makes your event look shit hot. And if your event looks shit hot, then guys are going to come up. And if you as a player want to play like the best players on a weekly or monthly basis, then make your event look good. Do what you can to make it look good, because I'm sure David does everything he can, but you can't do all the things that you would like to do. If you want good players to come up, then like get involved, man, and do your bit, because these good players will make the effort if they see that your event is like cream of the crop.
Yeah, I mean, we've been Giant Attack have been doing quite well on that field.
Yeah.
Where they've been attracting players from like Aberdeen. They had a few from St Andrews. Yeah, Greg's came up a few times as well.
Yeah, but he's at like 7 weddings a week. It's like
when it's a good week from. And then you have your St Andrew people's like high-end,
Yeah, I think there's reasons why guys are traveling out to Battlefields, man. Like it's a great weekend event.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I would travel to Glasgow, but money is the bane of my existence.
Megabus isn't so bad.
If I book a Megabus in advance, like 2 weeks, yeah, I'm fine. But I never really look into it, and plus I hate traveling by bus sometimes. It's like the only thing I get kind of sick on. I don't know why.
Yeah. No, I know how you feel, but honestly, I don't mind the 6 hours on the bus so much because the event is usually worth it. Usually, I say usually, even though
usually
it's 3 hours there and back. I mean always.
Like an hour.
I mean always, but I'm leaving the opportunity just in case, Just in case.
6 hours like going via the Highlands or something.
He needs time to reflect, man. Right? He needs to hold that L.
Yeah.
Take it up to the mountain, lay a stone, go back home.
One thing I will say about like people doing more was moving the registration over to Smash GG as opposed to just doing it via Facebook, which was horrible and massively time consuming. I've saved ridiculous amounts of spare time by like using a website that's designed to do signups. So like,
it looks pretty.
I appreciate people like.
I haven't checked out the website yet. Oh god.
Oh, it's really good, and not only does it take care of signups, but it also it puts everybody into pools, and I can drag and drop people around, and
that's really good,
also.
Secondly, you can have the rules there as well.
And like it does pools into brackets for me, and I can have it do pools into pro and amateur brackets by itself, and it will do that. So
that's really handy. I might catch you up on that actually.
It does prepay as well, so people can pay via the site if want to do an event like that.
I like it.
So it only takes a couple of minutes to sign up, and that saves me hours and hours of time. So,
I mean, our format for the weekly is very much just like we have a window for registration and people fill out and we get the tournament done. But if we were to start hitting the scale of 50 people coming in for the weekly, then obviously we'd have to look into pre-reg options. We do sometimes for rush time. We'll just be like, yeah, you can, and we'll fill out the challenge bracket then and there, and that's been really good. And just in case people are watching, they keep thinking that Rushdown is still on. It's definitely not on. Stop worrying. We're stopped turning up to the empty pub and being really, really sad.
I'm pretty sure I saw someone post on Facebook today. I take it there's no Smash in RBE today.
He asked us on Twitter before then confirming on Facebook. It was sad. I mean, I love the passion. It's nice that people want to come, but man.
People want to go and drink and play video games.
Why not?
What is life? What is not? That's like a gamer nerd's paradise.
Someone should host something like a flat.
I wouldn't mind, but we are doing the Festival Arcade. We're doing.
But I mean, I've seen people mention that they were wanting to host stuff at their place.
They should absolutely do. Oh, Ty's a boss. He should. Is he back in Edinburgh now?
I have no idea.
If he is, and he's not giving me the invite, then he's a dead man.
But I know he was doing that a while back. I don't know if he's still doing that.
Yeah, I'd be more than happy for people to organise their own things. That'd be very, very cool. But we'll be back in September. We plan on having some pretty cool things lined up for people. There's potentially going to be a change of format, but I don't, not because I'm trying to be cheeky and not go into details. I genuinely don't know quite yet. So there's things that need to be finalised. But I have a feeling that if it all works out, then we'll have a really cool format for Rushdown every Tuesday. Might change day. Don't know yet.
I was talking about Rushdown's internet earlier.
Oh man, it's so bad.
You still getting the same stuff we're getting?
Well, they to be fair, like they're trying their absolute best. Like the guy, the one and only guy that's responsible for it, he's also responsible for absolutely everything that happens in the pub. And in the grand scheme of things, like us having a stable stream for maybe 30 people, 40 people if we're lucky, then that is important to him. It's very important to us, but it's not quite as important to him. What is important to him is like running the entire business that he's been tasked to do. So internet is important, but it's still functional for like 99% of their customers. We are that 1% that like demand 3 times the upload speed and all the rest of it. So we'll see. He is going out of his way to make it happen. I have like made plenty of suggestions, and I've even volunteered to go in and like look at it myself. So I know it is going to happen. I know that we're going to have really good internet, but I just don't know when. So it's really annoying because we put in so much effort to set up the stream, and it's a big ask from a lot of people to make it happen. And quite often the payoff just isn't there because everyone's just watching a slideshow.
I mean, I always come to support slideshows because I came from a slideshow background as a streamer. I watched like you were in the chat as well. This was it Road to Arma.
Yeah.
Like guys, even if the stream's like really choppy, I'll come and support it. It's Smash. Yeah. It's my community. It's my community, and I want to come and help out. So, or our community. I'm such selfish saying that.
Nice one. Mine. It just sucks when the matches are genuinely good, but we can't have a stream maintaining the action.
We were so annoyed trying to watch Muppet because he's our boy, and we're just like we want
to
see how he's doing, but like and then we're just watching him. We're just like, why are you picking flat stages? Pick stages with platforms. It ruins Nessun because it's upbeat. It's basic. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Anyway, no shy of the buff names.
I get it. No, we're gonna try. We'll see how it goes. But there will be a lot of changes. But I think that they're all going to be for the better. But yeah, I think I might take myself out of this Google Hangouts, guys.
Yeah, I think we need to wrap things up. So, do you want to let people know where they can find you and?
Sure.
Stuff?
Let me go remember my Twitter handle.
All right. Well, we'll start with Craig.
At Rushdown Eden, facebook.com/groups/Rushdown Edinburgh. You can follow me on RDE_Edinburgh on Twitter. And that is pretty much, we have literally rushdownedinburgh.co.uk. We have a website now, and it's looking pretty slick. It's a functional WordPress website, but the content is good. We've got some good guys doing things for it. And we've got some post-production stuff coming up for Arma as well, because we're still kind of catching our breath on it. But we obviously want to talk about what it was and what it meant to us. So look out for stuff on that soon.
Alright.
So, Jack?
You can find me, I'm Jacobin, at JackPayne1996 is my Twitter handle, and you can also find me at twitch.tv/Jacobin. I don't really stream much now, but there's this one-off chance you might find me in a stream.
Matthew?
I have a Twitter, but I don't use it, so I wouldn't bother. So, honestly, I'm on Facebook sometimes.
Just give him a friendly Facebook invite.
Yeah. Say hi.
Just pop up. Alright, and David?
Yeah, we're Battlefield GG for everything except Challenge, but we're not going to use Challenge anymore, so that's fine. So Facebook /Battlefield GG, Twitter /Battlefield GG, Hitbox Battlefield GG. I'm sure there's other things. YouTube, we don't have that yet, but we will get it when. I think we need like a certain amount of subs on YouTube. So if you go to our Facebook page, you can find the YouTube channel there and go sub to us on YouTube. That'll help a lot.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. We have a page now as well, Russian Edinburgh, and we have a YouTube too. So yeah, good shout. Check them too.
And slowly building that up. And as soon as I finish moving, you can see these boxes behind me. Once they're at the new flag, you'll see my fight stick down there. I've been learning to play KOF. I'm gonna
No,
be godlike at that game.
KOF of all games you're
wrong
running.
game, mate. Wrong game, son.
Everybody in Glasgow's on that KOF.
Aye, that's true. Play
That
tier
is a
scene. Play
difficult
tier
game,
scene.
boy.
To be fair, you've got some of the best KOF players in Europe. Well,
Yeah.
one in particular, and Dylan being at your weekly. So, not a bad shout, mate, in terms of games to pick.
Yeah, and there's a new one coming out, so at some point, so I'm gonna learn the
Isn't that just
KOF.
going to be a pachinko machine or something like that?
No, there's an actual KOF 14 that's coming out in 3 years, but it's coming.
You're going to be so ready, man. Your little rusted, broken arcade stick.
But Street Fighter 5 still ages away, so I'm gonna learn KOF until that happens.
Actually, I want to ask very quickly before you all go: are you guys interested in Street Fighter 5?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jack,
The
you
only
in?
reason, but the only reason. You want me to go? I'll go first then. Anyway, the only reason I'm not getting Street Fighter 5 is because the only reason I'm not getting a PS4 or does it come out on Xbox? Or
No, PC and PS4.
PC. Well, I don't have a PC for the game anyway. But the reason I'm probably not getting a PS4 is because there's no game that really interests me apart from Street Fighter to get the game. If there was a Crash game coming out, like Crash Bandicoot, you all know me. I'm that speedrunner of that game. They bring a new Crash game that's somewhat good. I'll buy a PS4. Otherwise, I'm not picking up Street Fighter 5.
All right, okay. I love it how Crash is the only thing that matters. Yeah.
It is.
I will be a Street Fighter 5 player at tournaments and all the rest of it if there is a Crash game that I can play. Right, fantastic. Right.
Yeah, I was playing. Well, I played one game. I was watching more Street Fighter 5 at versus Fighting. They had 5 setups, and yeah, it was pretty good. I've never really been into the Street Fighter games and stuff.
Yeah, it was very different.
I played the 3DS one for a bit, which was
cool.
a bit.
That's
with
cool.
the touchscreen ultras, that was an interesting part of my life.
Well, the most ridiculous thing about that is Guile is a charge character, but you can put flash kick, which is a charge move. Typically, you have to hold down for 3 seconds or 1.5 seconds, then hold up and kick. You could attach that to a button on the touchpad, so it meant you could walk forward to people and then just press the touchpad and do these special attacks, which it completely broke the game, which was fantastic. I loved it.
He just continually Sonic Boom faster than he should have been able to.
You could mash the Sonic Boom button to just do unlimited Sonic Boom.
I was just playing
I think that's really cool, man. I think whatever gets people playing 2D fighters is janky or broken or hilariously fun as they are. That's cool. People then go on to being interested in the competitive element, and that's awesome.
And that goes back to me why I love Brawl Toon Link and me shooting arrows out my butt. So
there you go. We've tied it all up, mate. All the loose ends have been tied. But yeah, I think Street Fighter 5 will be a good game. I think it'll be a good game. I'm interested to see how many people within the Smash community are going to be interested in porting whatever skills they've learned, because it's fundamentals, man. It's conditioning. It's all there. They're going to have a great fundamental background, or they're going to have a good understanding of how competitive back and forth works. So I think that they'll be surprised at how quick they'll be able to learn the psychological elements of a 2D fighting game, and then the physical stuff. Well, obviously that takes time.
Yeah, that's just muscle memory and stuff.
Yeah, they'll pick it up, man. Exactly. So be Street Fighter 5 players, and it's going to be crazy. It'll be fun.
All right. I'm just going to quickly plug some events before I go offline. This Friday at Max XP, we have a me-only event, and you can pick any combination of moves as long as it's default me, size-wise, and we'll do a double limb bracket, and it'll probably be free entry. I'll buy you a cupcake or something if you win.
the good old cupcakes.
Yeah. But it's just to test out Mies. We've been wanting, it's one of those rule set things that's been played about with recently. This Saturday we have, was it Absence of Justice, I think it's called? Because TSS Paladin couldn't make it, so... I think it was Dylan picked up a random game, and that was the subtitle on it or whatever. It was Absence of Justice, so we went for it. And that's Street Fighter 4, King of Fighters 13, and Marvel vs. Capcom 3 as the main events, and then For side events, there's Capcom versus SNK2 and Amiibos. So if you're interested in any of those, this Saturday, Max XP, I think it starts at 11. You can just show up, there's no pre-reg required.
So
And the Saturday after that is Smash 4, so that's the Smash 4 singles, and Smash Crew Battles Glasgow versus Rest of Scotland.
tasty. Oh, I may as
I'm
well,
relying on you.
plug Festival Arcade before I go, which starts at 11 p.m. It's an Edinburgh Festival gig. We're pretty proud to have a slot over the Edinburgh Festival because it's a bit of a big deal to get something like that in the city during this time of the year. And it's effectively a live DJ with all these kind of crazy multiplayer games. I dare not say the Smash may or may not be there because I'm frightened as to how many people are going to turn up and turn off the items. So I'm just going to say that there's going to be a lot of fun games there, and people should come and check it out. It's £6 on the door, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We've got genuine arcade cabinets that are going to be there and all the rest of it, so it should be sick.
And that's at the Mash House.
It's at the Mash House in Edinburgh on Saturday, starting at 11 p.m. up until the early hours. So if you're one for the late one, late night out, which I know you guys are. Obviously, you guys are about to head out and hit the town, yeah.
Anyway, I'll plug Giant Attack quickly as well, man, just quickly. So if anyone who's interested in Dundee Scene, Smash, or any other fighting game, Giant Attack starts at 6 o'clock, finishes at 11 o'clock at the Old Bank Bar. Just one thing, as long as you're over 18, you don't have to leave at 8 o'clock. Like I had to a year ago. Anyway,
Cool.
so yeah,
Right.
you can find your stuff there at Giant Attack.
Right, well, thanks everybody for watching, and that's us for this one. I'll do another one of these, and we'll have a proper lineup of guests instead of just bringing in people as they were available. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you soon.